Hey, welcome everybody. We are back and we are going to do a drafters draft today. Going to kind of chit chat for a minute before and probably see if this lobby fills and then start a new one, depending on how many people show up. I was meaning to read through my Coach Peak index, see if anything popped up before I got on stream, but apparently my payment didn't go through because I got a new debit card. So then I fixed that, but it hasn't updated. I'm sure I'll have it by tomorrow. But welcome, Pepper Tony. Thank you for stopping in. Well, we are going to go ahead and queue. It's a brand new lobby. For anybody who wants, they can come in. If we end up getting enough people, if people start showing up, and I get to like 20, even just 20 likes by the end of this video or this draft, I will do another one. And if we get there, I will do a poll to see what everybody wants to draft. If they want to stay over here on drafters, if they want to do puppy twos, one or the other, basically. I've only got 40 puppy twos in, and I would like to get more. So we'll look through these slows real quick while we are waiting on that. We got 8 more. So I was thinking, and Pepper Tony will like this. So I've been more in on Lamar, right, for the week 16 or the week 15 matchup because I play Cincinnati. So I was thinking that, like, if I'm going to be in on that, like, I do need to start mixing in the big dog a little more. I'm not going to be overweight. I'm probably going to get him back to like 3 to 4%, but I've been taking him in higher dollar tournaments, and I was also I got like 17% Derrick Henry in Eliminator. I think that's how I want to play my hand, is be heavy Henry in Eliminator and have a couple shares in some higher dollar stuff, and then kind of fade him in the other stuff. So my percentage will be low, but my dollar exposure will be reasonably the same. So that's going to be my approach. But Puka plus Derrick Henry can't be like super normal. And we are waiting on 6, by the way. Anybody who wants to do a $3 drafters, we are in the queue and we are waiting on 6. I've seen Mark's been doing some drafters as well. What's up, Mikey Boy G? How's it going, guy? I'm good. I just worked my two days of work for the week because I called in one day. I ended up having food poisoning Thursday night after I got off stream. I ate and like instantly felt sick. And yeah, I laid around in bed for the next 20-ish hours. It was not fun. But we're good now, and we're off for 4 days. So we be drafted. That's what we be doing. Derrick Henry, 280 projected points. Nah, A-Chain, 280. Well, like, I do think that A-Chan has a higher ceiling as well, like, than Derrick Henry, especially in drafters where you have full PPR, right? I do think it is a big difference in full PPR. And like Henry is way, way safer, right? Like even if Henry regresses, like he could still have 1,300 yards and like 9 touchdowns on a regression year. And although that's not great for a second round pick, I mean, that's still good. It's not what you're drafting him for, but that's not going to kill you. Like the Derrick Henry pick, unless he gets hurt, which I don't know if he's ever been hurt, like he he's a very safe pick. But if we're drafting to get the RB1, like I think Peppertoni, you would agree that like Achane has a better chance to be RB1 on the season than Derrick Henry does. Just because the Ravens have like more like the way Lamar spreads the ball in the red zone and how they use like Lamar's really good. Like I just think that he does like that doesn't mean he can't be like running back 3, 4, but like I think if you're looking for pure who's number one, I think it's less likely it's Derrick Henry than Achane or even Genty. Now I think it's less likely that Genty is the guy, but I do think that between those players that it's definitely Achane that has the highest ceiling. Yeah, that's the thing. He has more. And like if he hits 20 touchdowns, then yeah, that would absolutely do it. We are now here. We got Mark in the 2 spot, Mikey G in the 4. We're in the 9. Scrappy Coco, love the name. Carl Ramrod. Mr. Ramrod, are you here? I will give him a message. Packers fan, they are always in these streets too. I see them all the time. I'm not sure how many they've done. It won't let me click. Like, so you can click the username if you can't see. So these parentheses, by the way, Mark, are the amount of drafts you've done in this specific contest. Once somebody makes a draft pick, you can click on their name and it'll show their team, and up top it'll actually show you the number. So Henry, this is true. Like, but like the more I was thinking about it is I wasn't even thinking about like the week 15 game. Like I was thinking about it every other way, but not with Derrick Henry. And like, isn't it the most likely that Derrick Henry just absolutely runs all over the Bengals? Like, I think he could be one of those guys that is a little harder to get to the playoffs, but in that first playoff week, he could just be the RB1. Like Derrick Henry versus the Bengals. Like that feel like it may actually weirdly be worth it to like, and I might do this in a puppy. I might do T. Higgins, Derrick Henry on a turn. Like I think a T. Higgins, Derrick Henry turn is not going to be done except for like the weirdos that listen to me. But I think I want 1 or 2 of those in my portfolio because number one, you will absolutely be unique. Like who else is going to be doing that, right? And I think that would be an awesome combination to get you to week 16 for sure. Because then you still, absolutely. Have you? Yeah, I think I'm going to make like, they're going to have more puppies. Like if I get a draft pick at like the 11 or 12 tonight, if we do a puppy, like if the vote goes for a puppy over another drafters, I will probably try that move and then see how much I hate the team at the end. I'm not going to try it on a bulldog, right? Like, because the bulldog, like, it's way easier to advance, right? I think it was 3 of 12 advance. So that was another reason I was super cool with taking a Derrick Henry share in the bulldog. I mean, I have like 23% Puka on drafters right now because everyone pushes him because of injury risk. And like, I am fine with it. Like the fact that like this right here, I'm gonna spice it. I'm gonna change it up, and I'm gonna go with the CMC share. I have a lot of Puka. Yeah, I have a lot of Puka right now. Like on Underdog, I have 14% or something, and I have like 20 some percent here. I think it is in this contest. So, and it's just because like I take him over neighbors, like every time. So I have like no neighbors, but I do think that having a player stand in total points is better than for like Underdog. For Underdog, like you kind of just need to hit the nuts of going through. But I think a stand makes a lot more sense in this. Hey, what's up, Candyman? Thanks for stopping in, smashing the like. I appreciate it. And by the way, if those of you are listening are new to Drafters, if you sign up on Drafters and use promo code WHO, H, and then 2 little O's, you get a 100% deposit match for up to $100. And if you are a Superflex fan, they are supposed to be putting a Superflex tournament out here sometime near the end of the month. I'm hoping it's tomorrow. I know that doesn't interest old Candyman here. Hey, I hope so. I got CMC, like I went against my better judgment already and took CMC over Puka. I did it because I don't have much McCaffrey. Since we did that, we're going to go ahead and take a lad share. Agree with that. Neighbor just goes at an awkward spot for me. Like him a lot, but not more than Puka or Neighbors. Yeah. Like, and CMC, just like Achan, should be pushed up a little in this format. Like, I think, alert. Hey, Devon Achan, pick 5, alert, sending out the bat signal. Southpaw, coming in hot. Devon Achan, Marvin Harrison. We have a wild card, everybody. I love to see it. Like, and it's not, I mean, this is going to be a unique team. So maybe that's what you need. We were just saying that Achan is more likely than Derrick Henry to be the number 1 overall. What's up, Tyler? Thank you for stopping in, sir. But, oh yeah, you talk about Neighbors. Yeah, like I finally moved Nico behind Neighbors because I was literally at like 3 or 4% Neighbors, and I want to be like 6% or so. I don't care about being at the field, but 5 to 6% on Neighbors feels fine. I've been getting him at 11 a little bit more lately, so that feels good. And I think Nico has started to push above Neighbors. It feels like that to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it does feel like that's what's been happening. Do I want Brees or JSN? I don't take much JSN. I think we take 2 elite RBs, and we're going to ride that out. We're going to go really thin at the next RB. And by week 9 and by week 14, there's not a lot of other RBs I like other than like Travion Henderson and like Will Shipley. And Will Shipley, I don't care if he has a bye week with somebody. Puka or Nico, hard to take. Yeah. No, I got. So on my Underdog exposures, I have. And how does this look, by the way? Can you guys see this? Does it need to be bigger? Is that better? That's probably better. Probably a little harder for me to see, but like, I assume you guys see a little better there. Yeah. I'm trying not to like. I'm basically ratcheting everything down to like 18% right now. Like that's the highest I want on anybody. Other than Jarquez Hunter, I think that just because the opportunity cost isn't that much on Jarquez. I mean, I'm not huge on Terry McLaurin this year, but like why would you go Mike Evans, Jaden Daniels when Terry McLaurin's on the board? Any reason you would do that? No, it was something that was in my freezer that had been there for a little while. I was like, but like it'd been there like 3 months or something. Uh, it looked fine, but I basically cleaned out the bottom of 2 bags like of things, had like a mix, and one of them ended up not being good. Uh, but I did clear out a little space in the freezer, so you know, not everything was a loss. But yeah, I know when you say packing heavy, I'm assuming you're talking like 25%. I really like the pick for sure, but I'm not up there, not at all. Yeah, we Xavier Worthy. I don't personally think he should be like skyrocketing up boards. I don't know if there's been any blip on how long. I assume that the suspension will come out for Rice by the end of this week. I would guess like Wednesday or Thursday, maybe that they'll announce a bunch of those. Maybe not. Um, Partially because a lot of the time, whenever they dish out uh, those things, like practice time and stuff gets affected. So they'll want to have them because sometimes, like suspensions, like they just cannot be with the team at all. Sometimes they can be with the team, but like they can practice but not go to games. Like I don't know all the rulings. I don't know all the rules to it. I just know that it's a little different in all the cases. I should probably look into that a little bit more this year. Wild card, just Southpaw out here swinging. Southpaw swinging Achan, Harrison, Hampton, Tet, Travion. Ain't no cares. No cares in the world. Man, it is very, very rare to see these players still here. Like I was not planning on going to third RB right now, but his Kenneth Walker generally goes at like 47 on drafters. So he did start to get a lot more catches last year. He ended up with 46 receptions last year. Some people don't realize that. Hey, what's up, AP? Thanks for stopping in, sir. Man, all you guys are hating on Phil Maffa. Look at you. 9 votes. 4 of you saying Phil Maffa. The point of this is that everybody was going to get a vote, right? Like there was no way you get 10 people that come in and all 10 people have one of them like somebody didn't hate one of them, right? Because that backfield is so chaotic and everyone has such a different opinion of it that I think this is a hilarious question. Like I was kind of proud with that question. Who is the bummiest of them all? Got a little. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be, but I was. He might be like on drafters in 20 round format. I think he is a good pick. So do I want to bet? I think I want to bet on Rome over Olave. I think that there's a decent chance that Olave is on a bad offense, and I already have 2. Brees Hall and Kenneth Walker are offenses I'm hoping take a step up. So adding Olave also to this is adding a lot of risk. I still can't believe James Cook went at 56. My favorite last round click in drafters. It's probably Savion Williams, honestly. I like Savion Williams, Scantling. I think they're both pretty good. Now, Trevor Etienne, I click a little bit. He sometimes isn't like you kind of have to take him a little earlier now. Sometimes, but I do like if I want an RB, it's him. If it's a last round, I used to take a little bit of Mostert before people realized he was actually the backup. So yeah, I really I'll tell you who it's not. It's not Dylan Laube. It's not Laube this year. So I had 42% on drafters last year. So I like Trevor Etienne. So if you want to know who to stay away from, it's probably that guy. Just so you're all aware. Like the one I like was like I liked him and Jelani Woods last year, and well, both of them got like 0 points, right? Like I think so yeah, I did not have great last round pick last year. You like Trevor Etienne? Oh, so I didn't really like Trevor Etienne at all at first. And then I went back. Like he was one of those that I watched a round of tape. I didn't really like him. I watched another round of tape. And the second round of tape, I was like, he's actually a little better than I thought he was. I didn't think he was elite, but I'm like, he does have burst, right? Like he has that initial first step to get him past the defensive line to get into open space. And a lot of the time, that is one of the most important things to have as an RB, right? Like being able to get into the open space, so now you can do your stuff. And he does have a little shake to him, not a lot, but a little bit. Give me Jacoby. I'm actually okay with either one of these. Like I don't take a lot of Laporta, but I've started mixing him in quite a bit at this pick. Now, my goal is that Jordan Addison falls to 88. So right now, we have CMC, Brees Hall, Kenneth Walker, wide receivers, Ladd, Worthy, Adunze, and Sam Laporta. So we're only going to take probably 2 more RBs because these 3 are studs and we have alternating bye weeks. We'll probably take a couple shots here and then need some depth at wide receiver. Absolutely. And probably still 3 tight ends, but my next 2 will be very late. Got those ETN family genes. He's good to be a volume sponge then, right? Like, if we know one thing, ETNs are pretty good at volume sponge. I'll laugh at my own jokes. If you guys don't laugh at my jokes, I laugh at my jokes. So even if it's a bad joke, know that I'm laughing at myself. So you can either cringe at that or you can laugh along with me. Jaden Reed why? I didn't realize that I haven't done a draft on drafters for like 2 weeks. So actually, I think it was last weekend. I didn't realize Justin Fields has moved up to 83 ADP. That's kind of wild. Is that where? No, Garrett Wilson's up there. You would think that he would have kind of aligned with him. All right, so we could take Mooney. Yeah, we're going to take Mooney here. I like Mooney a lot more than Jaden Reed. If Mooney was gone, I would have taken Jaden Reed there. We'll mark that down a little bit. You probably already talked about it, but so number one about what they're going to do, like if it's 6 games, maybe Royals has a chance to play. But Royals was what, a 5th-round pick? Either a 4th or a 5th-round pick. I know most people profile Royals as a Rashee Rice type, but like Juju kind of can do the same thing, and I didn't profile him as that. I personally thought that Jalen Royals looked more like a McCall Hart, like a little slower McCall Hardman or a slower Sky Moore. Like that is how I viewed him. So maybe I'm just wrong in how I seen it, and it's probably that. Like I'm not a professional at this, but to me, and just with my amateur eye, like I didn't see the slot, like the big slot guy who's gonna just destroy the middle of the field. I seen somebody who needs to get a step on somebody, and he's really fast. Yeah. Like he's just really fast, like in a straight line. Like most of the stuff you see Jalen Royals do, from what I've seen, I watched 3 games worth of film and a couple of highlight videos. I know you don't get a lot from the highlight videos, but I watched 3 games worth of film, and what I seen is he just like number one, he was in FCS, right? Like he wasn't even in. I think he was in the FCS. Yeah. So I'm sure one of you guys know. I'm pretty sure he wasn't in D1, or at least the major D1s, right? So, yeah, he basically just ran past people that were not near as talented as him, like skill, like on the same talent level. And he made them look silly. Yeah, it was Utah State. Is Utah State? Of course, Caleb goes. Everybody I need is gone. We'll just take Drake May. When in doubt, take Drake May. Don't care about the ADP. We're taking Drake May. And then on the way back around, we're going to take Herbert, Mountain West. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, all I know is that when I would see him, it didn't look right. You're probably right. Like Utah State. I'm going to look it up. Okay, Division I, Mountain West. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think Juju will be the one to get it. And by the time Rice gets back, that's when. So every rookie that's been with Andy Reid, they pretty much. I mean, do we just take Brock Purdy with CMC instead? This is a little bit of a fall. I think we just take Brock Purdy. And if Herbert just happens to be there, we just take him too. Like we just do the CMC Brock Purdy stack. Like I don't take much CMC, so let's stack it up. We can add the other suspended guy at the end of this draft, or like Jordan Watkins or something. But it basically just looked like to me he was just running past people less physically gifted than him. And I mean, he should, right? But it was all kind of gimmick stuff, like slip screens and stuff like that. I didn't see him do a whole lot downfield, and maybe that was because the quarterback was bad. I know sometimes that's the case in college. Like that's what happened with Luther Burden in his last year. So, but yeah, I think Juju will be the guy for the first 4, 5, 6 weeks. And I kind of think that what they'll do is they will trot out Kelsey and use him a lot for the first however many weeks Rice is out, and have Juju also out. And then when Rice comes back, they will use Kelsey sparingly and like let him rest up for the playoffs, basically. And they'll just feed Rice. Like that's kind of what I think may happen, but that's just what I believe. It does feel like all rookie wide receivers have a hard time grasping the Andy Reid playbook. And that is my worry with Royals. Like every single one of them, basically, it takes them till after their bye week to really get anything at all going. And some of them don't even after that. I am not. I'm kind of biding my time for the Superflex to come out. Like I'm just doing a few of these, and then we'll do Superflex when it comes out. I probably won't max the Superflex, but I'll probably do like 40, 50 of them. Like I will be on Drafters a lot more when their Superflex contest comes. I didn't last year. I think it was $5 last year. I will put at least. I'll probably put 50 entries in, some at least. So, all right. So Herbert does go. That's kind of a good thing for us. I would have absolutely taken Ayuk there. We do need another tight end. All right. So we'll take Tillman here. Kyle Williams has been falling, and honestly, Demario Douglas might be the better click for drafters than Kyle Williams. The upside of Kyle Williams kind of comes with being better at the end of the season for like underdog. So we got 15 votes on the who is the bummiest of them all. 13% Jaden Blue, 27% Miles Sanders, 13% Javonte Williams, and 47% Phil Maffa. I'm going to end that poll, and we will start a new poll, and that'll be next draft, and it will be Drafters Mini or Puppy 2. I hope, because it was pretty last year. I think that their Superflex max pretty quick last year. I think it was only 11,000 people or something. Like it wasn't very big at all. I'm gonna guess that it's gonna be a lot bigger this year. I just hope they don't make it $10. I hope they keep the $5 price point that they had. I think it was $5 last year. I hope they keep the $5 price point. I think that that's a good place for it. I mean, Najee at 136 does feel good too, right? Which one is better? I don't think this isn't the team for Najee, though. I'm going to actually go ahead and lock up Michael Penix. We got the Mooney stack. So right now we got Drake May, Brock Purdy, Michael Penix. I messed up whenever I took Brock Purdy with the Week 14 bye. So need to make sure I get that taken care of. We have week 5, or Michael Penix Week 5. And then CMC, Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker. Wide receivers, Ladd, Worthy, Adunze, Mooney, Tillman. I think this wide receiver room can play. I think it's fine. Awesome running back room. Laporta is pretty solid. This quarterback room should be able to score a high amount of points almost every week. Like week 5 or week 14 is like the only week I'll really worry about. Superflex, hopefully on Well, they had 2 different Superflexes, I think, last year. Maybe. All I know is I only did 11 Superflexes last year, and I think there was 11,000. I had 2 of them in the top 500, and I did 11. I think I had 2 in the top 300, and I had one at like 570 as well. Which isn't like elite, but I had one of the top 10 for the first like basically it had Godwin, Dak Prescott, and CD Lamb, and I basically didn't end up having a quarterback at all. I only had Dak Prescott, Baker Mayfield, and I had Gardner Minshew on that team, who wasn't playing at that point, and Dak Prescott got hurt the week before Baker's bye week, so I took a 0 in a week at quarterback, and then like 2 weeks later, CD Lamb started sitting, so like that team tanked pretty hard, but like it had a chance. Like it had like Godwin was on it, CD was on it, so I felt pretty good about that. So I want to thank everybody who's came in for smashing the like. We got 20 viewers and we have 18 likes. That's awesome. I did say I'm going to hold it to 20 likes for a second draft. I put the thing up. We got 13 votes. It looks like Drafters Mini's winning right now. We still got, 7 rounds left? So 1, 2, 3, 8 more rounds. 8 rounds of why is that not going? Why is that doing that now? Well, that's weird. Normally it rotates this down. So apparently, will it do it if I'm here? Okay. Is that what it is? I don't know why it did that, but it sure did. I would Romeo Dobbs would be awesome here. It was 5 for 10K. Okay. Oh, Kyle Williams is still on the board. Hell yeah. You don't need Kyle Williams, sir. We got Kyle Williams 153. Look at that push. That was what I intended the whole time. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Kyle Williams was always mine. Always. I forgot. I didn't even see he was still on the board. That is fantastic. Yeah, that is really good for the end of my my season. I had Kamara out for the last 3 weeks, so close to top. Yeah, my teams on drafters last year, like I had a lot of the players that I basically didn't have like any Saquon, Derrick Henry, and Chase, but other than that, like I had a lot of the players you needed that weren't the absolute players you needed, right? So like I only drafted a couple. Yeah, why not? Let's double stack Michael Penix. I think that's fine. I think these wide receivers can play Ladd, Worthy, Rome, Mooney, Tillman, and Kyle Williams. Yeah, other than the 3 best players that you could have drafted last year at ADP and all of them in different rounds, the first 3 rounds don't matter, right? Like who needs the best pick in the first 3 rounds? I want the best pick in the 17th round. That's what I want. No, but like I had a whole bunch of Ayuk, a whole bunch of Rashee Rice last year, and a whole bunch of Deontay Johnson, and I had a little above the field at Godwin, and like I feel like all of those were really good picks. Like even Deontay Johnson, his first week or 2 wasn't good, and then he started just destroying it, and then he just got cut. So like I feel like I was fine, and I had a bunch of Ladd. Like I'm going to be a Ladd truther for a while. I think Ladd in drafters, like I think it's arguable him over Drake London for drafters. I will probably take London over Ladd, but just because you can get Ladd so much later. But if I were to like have a major tournament, like if they do the 250 again, and I decide to do one of the high rollers, I will probably take uh, Ladd over London straight up, like for drafters specifically. And like my high roller last year, after 4 weeks, or I think it was after 4 weeks, I was number one, and then bad things happened. Because it had Brees Hall on it. Yeah, and Brees Hall didn't do a lot. But yeah, as for this team, I feel pretty solid. Like I might add a third tight end. I probably will because why not? It's 20 rounds. Done at quarterback. Probably need to start thinking about a third running back. So this next pick is definitely a running back or a wide receiver. What do I want though? Like I actually like Miles Sanders. I know a lot of people do not, but I do. I like the Miles Sanders pick. And this team, I could definitely see being a Jarquez Hunter team. I don't take any Tank Bigsby. But maybe this is the team I take Tank Bigsby on. It's going to be 13 picks past ADP. Was there any news today on him? Like that is there a reason he's falling today? Is there not? What's going on there? I had so much. Yeah, Christian Kirk was another one I had a bunch of. I had like 18% Christian Kirk in the marathon on Underdog. Running hot. just running hot. I think I want a wide receiver here. I'm definitely going to get 9. I wanted a slightly better guy. Like I think after him and Darius Slayton, it kind of dries up pretty bad. So if Slayton makes it back around, I'm going to take him, and I'll just take some shots at running back. We're going to go thin at the last 2 running backs. May even go 6 but since we're waiting so long. But CMC, Brees Hall, Kenneth Walker feels awesome. I didn't have a lot of Pittman, but I had some. I had a bunch of Travis Kelce. So, and he still had 97 receptions. Like he wasn't a bad pick, but he wasn't a good pick either. Like he was a better pick than, Deontay Johnson, who got cut. I mean, like you can't predict him getting cut. That doesn't make it a stupid pick, but like it didn't make it a good pick. Yeah, we'll take Slate. I think this is a really good wide receiver room for waiting. We got Ladd McConkey, Xavier Worthy, Rome Odunze, Darnell Mooney, Cedric Tillman, Kyle Williams, Diami Brown, Darius Slayton. We'll add one more. Quarterbacks, Drake May, Brock Purdy, Michael Penix. Running backs, CMC, Brees Hall, Kenneth Walker. Tight ends, Laporta and Kyle Pitts. So we got the double stack for Penix with Pitts, Mooney. We have Drake May stacked with just Kyle Williams, but he's a runner. We're fine. Brock Purdy with just CMC. I'm going to add Demarcus Robinson to this team at some point, unless somebody's listening and they want to snipe me. I am absolutely not going to be upset if somebody wants to snipe me on Demarcus Robinson. I promise you. It won't break my heart. I promise. Like you can have, if you really like him, go ahead, take him. I would honestly rather somebody take him. Although he did help me quite a bit last year on my best drafters team. He had like two 27-point weeks or something. Cowing is actually another good one too. I liked Cowing last year coming out. I thought Cowing showed a little promise. we are neck and neck. If this ends tied, we are staying on drafters since we're already here. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy, please smash the sub for me. We have hit our goal for the blindfold draft. I'm messaging with PPR Tyler. We're trying to figure out a day that works. My goal, I don't know if it'll be this, but next Sunday night is what I'm pitching. So it should be wild. There will be certain stipulations with that. So if you would like to see that and you're new, smash the sub. And then I'm not promising it'll be next Sunday. We still have to iron out the time, make sure our schedules are good. But I'm hoping that this man right here is available. Actually, any of these. Like, if I just grab 2 of these running backs at all, like, I am super happy with any 2 of those 4 running backs on this team. I mean, no Pearsall. Aren't you worried? Aren't you less worried now that he's on PUP? I have like 13% Pearsall, 20% Rashee Rice. Like, I did not believe that he would take a plea deal this early. Like, I didn't think he would take a plea deal until the season had started. If he was like when he was going to take one, I figured he would take it to court and then start the plea deal. I was wrong with that. Like, that's what I expected. And if the season started and he didn't have a suspension, they weren't going to suspend him in the middle of the season. I hedged that. I was wrong. I honestly think that it was a low probability outcome of the suspension happening or of the plea happening before the season. But it is what it is. Those teams aren't dead, but they're not great either. Like, for drafters, those teams are probably dead, right? Like, but for underdog, those teams are probably a lot less dead. All right, we're going to get 2 of these guys. So we got 2 by week 8. We got Giddens. We got Taj Brooks. Which one do I want? Do I want Giddens? Do I want Taj? Do I want Giddens? Do I want Taj? I'll take Giddens. Giddens was the better prospect. We'll go ahead and take him. Like, all I'm looking for here is one of these 2 to do something and those 3 to carry. People still taking him in drafters in the 3rd round. Yeah, like in drafters, it's a much, much harder hill to climb if you were taking him in the 2nd. I got a bunch of them in the 3rd round, and then I was taking them at about 8% in the 2nd because, like, that's where I thought he should go. In the mini 2, I did take a bunch of them in the 2nd because it was a new ADP landscape. So I was like, I'll just take him at pick 18 where I think he should be if he isn't suspended. And I knew that there was a small chance that happens, but I gambled wrong. Yeah, but part of that, I wonder if people just aren't paying attention. Like, on underdog, I think taking him in the 4th round is defensible. If he only gets 4 games, like some people believe, then I think 4th round's fine. If he gets 6, like other people believe, it's probably hard to take him. Like, do you want him or do you want Steph Diggs? Do you want him or do you want Deebo Samuel? Right? Like for the postseason, you want him, right? Like, but those other players are going to get you points for 6 more weeks, right? So if it becomes a 6 game, I'm just waiting to see how long it is. Taking Rice even now doesn't make much sense. Wait for the yeah. Like, Now, if he fell to like the mid 60s, like or the late 50s or something, maybe take a gamble that like he only gets the absolute minimum, which some people say is 2, which I don't believe. Like I don't believe that for a minute. I personally think it'll end up being. I don't know this for a fact, but I have heard that from other people that within the KC organization, they believed it would be 2 to 4 games whenever the deal was made. Now, they haven't came out and said that. That's just like some reporter somewhere heard something from somebody that heard something from a coach kind of thing. Like, absolutely no facts in this. But I couldn't see it being 2. Like, I just could not see that. Like, I would love it. Like, for my exposure, I would love it to be 2, but it should definitely be more than 2, right? And my boy, Tyler Higbee. I love Higbee in this contest. And let's sort by San Francisco. And it looks like Drafters Mini won. Was there news on Arroyo? I haven't been able to look at Coach Peak Index because my debit card, I had to get a new debit card and it canceled the payment. And I guess it takes a day or two for it to. Oh, sweet. All of my Arroyo. I was expecting that. I have quite a bit. I have a decent amount of Arroyo. So, Fantasy got released. So, what you're telling me is Noah Fant will now be on the Indianapolis Colts. So they can continue to have 9 tight ends. Like, that's what we need. The funniest outcome is now Miami. Oh, yeah, that is correct. That would be well, it looks like we will get old Jacob Cowing here. All right, so we got a 3-5-9-3. Drake May, Brock Purdy, Michael Penix. Running back, CMC, Brees Hall, Kenneth Walker, Jarquez, DJ Giddens. Wide receivers, Ladd McConkey, Xavier Worthy, Rome, Darnell, Mooney, Cedric Tillman, Kyle Williams, Diami Brown, Darius Slayton, Jacob Cowing. Tight ends, Laporta, Pitts, Higbee. I love it. This is a pretty solid team. Not a great team, but I really do like this right here. Getting the Kyle Williams all the way back makes this a really fun team. Let's look and see what people here done. Mikey, a 3-6-9-2. Herbert, Gino, Darnold, Jahmyr Gibbs, Chase Brown, Cam Scattaboo, Trey Benson, Braylon Allen, Taj Brooks. That's an awesome RB room. Layered very well. 2 studs. I love Scattaboo. And then, like, you got the Taj Brooks. Like, if Chase Brown misses 3 games, you still got the running back. Rashee Rice at 45. Hope you're not mad. We were kind of talking about that. But I don't think on drafters you should be able to – I personally wouldn't be drafting Rashee Rice until, like, the 6th round. Like, if he was available in, like, the 6th round, I might think about it just in case it's a 4-game suspension. Calvin Ridley. So, wide receiver 1 for the first probably 4 or 6 weeks. Calvin Ridley, Deebo Samuel, Jerry Jeudy, Trey Harris, Damari Douglas, Yoshi, MVS, Adonai Mitchell. You do have really good depth here, though. Like, if it is a 4-game suspension, you might be fine to, like, at least put up serviceable points and then Rice there to smash the end of the season. So, but if it's 6 games, I think you might struggle to keep up. And then Bowers, Kelsey, that's awesome. It's a really good team. I don't love that. right now, and I loved everything Rashid Rice before. We got Mark 2, 5, 10, 3. He's newer to Drafters. And those of you who do not know, Drafters is total points. It is full PPR. And if you're not familiar with it, sign up on Drafters and use promo code WHO for a 100% deposit match for up to $100. It'll help me out a little bit. It'll help you out a lot bit. Everyone wins. We got a 2, 5, 10, 3. Mark did it. He checked. The promo code does work. He was the guinea pig. I thank him. So Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, that's like my favorite thing to do right now is these two. Mahomes is pretty cheap and easy to stack. Bijan, JT, Spears, Roschon, Mostert. That running back room plays. You got two absolute studs. Tajay is fine. Roschon, like I would have probably added one more. Since you waited till 119 to take your third, I probably would have fit a sixth in there. But, I mean, this could work. If it's Bijan and Taylor you need, like, it probably doesn't matter. Devonta Smith, Zay Flowers stacked, Steph Diggs, Christian Kirk, Hollywood Brown stacked, Xavier Legette, Alec Pierce, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson, Jalen Naylor. TJ Hawkinson, Mark Andrews, Juwan Johnson. Yeah, I like this quite a bit. I would have just probably moved like one of these random wide receivers, like a Deontay or Keenan Allen or Pierce, one of them into an RB. But that's a ticky-tack thing. What if it's more? It's a possibility. Yeah, I mean, some people want it to be way more just because they don't like him as a human, and that's fair. But I don't think I'm just waiting to see what happens at this point. The team is all about the Rice being. I mean, I would not be making that bet. I personally, like, for my bags, like, not because I believe it's what should happen, but for my bags, I would be happy about the two. But for humanity, I would not be happy about the two, right? Rice could still see 100%. Yes, absolutely. Like, in underdog, it's a completely different situation. Is Addison going to be 2 to 3 games? I think it's going to matter. So, like, I don't know this. This is just me spouting something at random. But I feel like with both of them getting their plea deal done at the same time, I kind of feel like they know that the Rice one has to be more than the Addison one. And so if they do only decide on a 4-game for Rice, they will probably only give Addison 2. But, like, Addison, if you go by the letter of the law, Addison has to be 3 games. If I remember right, it's a 3-game instant for failing that, like, for the substance abuse thing, for that specifically, or for a DUI. You can look it up. Like, they have the rule. I think that's what it is. I can do research tomorrow before my stream, and I can find it for sure. But there is a spot that, and I'm pretty sure it's a 3-game minimum for a DUI. And since he pleaded to it, and I will look it up. I will know for sure tomorrow on if that is the rule, not that if that's going to be the suspension. Like, obviously not grace for him to miss, but yeah. Well, Addison took a lesser charge. I don't know what. Yeah, I haven't really looked into it because I was upset about everything on Thursday as I was trying to set my stream up. I was like trying to figure it out. Like, all right, but tomorrow I'm going to look into everything. So, hey, there's 2 in the queue. I'm jumping in right now. $3 Drafters Mini, 3 in the queue. We are going in. It was Wet Reckless, otherwise known as the usual Saturday night. Possibly. Like, you can hate the man, but he is good at football. And KC was a much better offensive team when he was on the field. Yeah, and now I'm kind of in on the Vikings offense just because, I think you have to buy into every piece of the Vikings offense. Because if JJ McCarthy is him, like, they're going to be awesome. And if he's not, they massively upgraded that offensive line, and Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones are both going to be very good. So I think if you believe in Kevin O'Connell, I believe you need to just buy, like, you don't have to be overweight every piece, but you need to be in on all the pieces. And if Addison starts going in the 8th round, I will start taking him a lot more. Addison makes so many touchdowns, Vikings. So, like, the thing about Addison is last year, so 2 years ago when they drafted him, they said, we have Justin Jefferson. All we need is for somebody to be able to beat man coverage when JJ is doubled. And that is exactly what Addison does. Maybe teams just let Jefferson beat him now. It's a really hard offense to stop when you have somebody like Addison and Justin Jefferson. We are drafting at the 10 hole. That might have been where we drafted last time. Lutz here at the 9. Mikey at the 5. FK Coolers at the 4. AP at the 3. Quispy Quunch. I love it. I love that. Also known as, I've seen them in a bunch of my drafts. I don't know if they watch. If you do, shout out. And Steve-O Speak at the 8. First time I've seen you in at. I saved the best for last, Steve. Calm down, Steve. What are the chances I get CD Lamb to fall to 10? Oh, Kevin is at the 7. Welcome, old Louisiana Lightning. I assume Louisiana Lightning Steve-O Speak. Is that all one word? With your powers combined. With your powers combined. I love that. I still, no offense to anyone else. Quispy Quunch, king of the names in this chat room. Quispy Quunch, I love it. Yeah. Hey, welcome, Lutz. Thanks for stopping in. I wondered if you noticed that, I know you follow a lot of streams. I didn't know if you'd ever seen mine. I'm just a little boy. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I have fun. So that's all I care about. And I think other people have fun as well. By the way, Steve, Tyler did get back with me. I think we got something set up. The goal is next, he has to make sure that the date I would like to do it works. Thinking next Sunday night. I messaged him. He messaged back, and I should have the thing in by then. And hold on a second. I forgot I made this. Yeah, I should have done that last time. So I've seen, I know it's not DK, but DK, I've seen Lamb at 10 several times. DK is a wild place. I'm rooting for more because then over 250 drafts, I have 0. Yeah, no, everybody in the, everybody who plays best ball with the Rashee Rice stuff, they're rooting for whatever helps their money the most, right? like we're all greedy. Like that's part of the reason we're playing best ball. We all want money. Like that doesn't mean we can't also want justice, but like we can like so if you have zero, yeah, you might be like, yeah, suspend them for the whole year because it hurts you none, right? Uh, but if you're like me, you're like, I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm not vouching for him, but it seems like a little bit much, right? Like we're all just betting on, like we want the best thing for our bags, you know. Yeah, so I get Puka again. I passed on him last draft, and I get him again late. I have more than you should probably have. is where I'm at. Man, the 8 pick feels so good. Like, or the 10 pick. I think the 10 pick is my favorite pick right now. Like, because you get two of like Nico, Puka, Amon, Genty, London, Achan, and Brian Thomas. So, yeah, Puka, Brian Thomas, different start than last time. Last time we had 3 running backs by 5 rounds. This time we might just go 0 RB. We'll see. I'm sure. I assume I don't know if I've ever really seen Lute's draft, but knowing the content that he watches, I'm going to assume that the player I got at 33 last time doesn't make it to 33 or 34 for me this time. Nobody's feeling sorry for me. No, like, so I was 0 for 3 last week because I'm overweight on, I mean, Addison we all knew for a fact, right? Because the court date was set. The Rice one was a little surprising, but I also had 14% Judkins. So I was Judkins over I got the Bell seat now, though. Nice. Set. Seat. I can't even read. So for those of you who are new, like Lutz here, I generally stream during the weekdays, Monday through Thursday at 4 p.m. Central Time, which is 5 p.m. Eastern. And I go usually a little over 2 hours. Just depends on how many likes I get and how I'm feeling for the day. And if there's new contests that I just happen to want to max, you know. And I'm really like I've been really into the Superflex stuff. But on Sunday nights, I'm gonna start streaming at 6:45 to 7, like depending on because I work Thursday or Friday, Saturday, Sundays, 12 hours. So sometimes I'll fit in a stream on Saturday night, but Sunday nights I'm good because I don't have to go to bed. So I will also be streaming later in the evening on Saturday or Sunday nights. But so what I was talking about earlier is we hit my goal of 253 subs, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a draft, and PPR Tyler has confirmed that he wants to do this. As long as we can get the date lined up, he's going to do it. But the goal was I'm going to do a draft blindfolded. I know, like, I didn't realize that that's what David Kitchen done before, but I'm going to do it differently. Like, because I believe he did it blindfolded, and they just said, you're up, and he had to try to guess a pick that was available. I'm going to still try to man the mouse, and Tyler's going to try to direct me into how, like, where my mouse is, right? So there will be, like, some, like, fail-safe things in there, like, if my mouse disappears for an extended amount of time, I'm allowed to make sure that, like, I'm not on my other screen somehow, you know, like, which it's not going to help. I can barely see without my glasses on. So putting, like, I bought what do they call them? A sleep mask. I bought a sleep mask because they are 100% canceling. So I bought a sleep mask to wear just for that. let's try the thing. Let's have our hopes. Let's get drop kicked. My vote, I assume I'm about to get drop kicked. What do you guys think? Am I going to get drop kicked? I think I'm going to get drop kicked. I would consider Addison a neutral, considering. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that. Like, it's all up to them, right? Like, all we can do is wait at this point. Okay. Yeah, because he was like passed out on the side of the road or something. What's up, Chad? Welcome. Hey, if we can get to 37 likes, we'll do 37. We'll do a third draft. We might just do a third draft anyway, but I'd like to get 37 likes. We're doing good. We are good. We didn't get drop kicked, but we got the dangers. The dangers got us, guys. We avoided the drop kick, but we got the dangers. Is this going to be okay? Thank you, Dropkick, because I'm trying to like almost full fake Kyron Williams at this price. Gosh dangers, yeah. Whenever I first read this name, I didn't think it said dangers. I thought it said danglers, and that would have been way better. I mean, getting the dangler isn't what I want. Like, it would be a much worse feeling getting the dangler, right? Mr. Doggers. Dude, I have like 18, 19% Hampton. Like, even in pre-draft. Like, I am a Hampton bull. I've been really big on Hampton for a while. Drafters Mini next or Riot. Yeah, I mean, the drafters crowd is I try to keep my exposures under 20% for the most part, unless I feel like there's a significant edge. And I had 20% Rashee Rice, but I also had 35% Rashee Rice when he was going mid-third before he moved up. So, like, I knew he was moving up. I still took a little afterwards. But, like, that is what it is. Like, at one point I had CLV. Now I have, like, NLV, negative loss or whatever. Yeah, I think I'm 18% on all sites on Hampton. What's the latest you've seen Rice go? I have not, like, I've worked a lot. Like, I work 36 hours over 70 hours on the weekends. So I've not done any drafts since I did one Friday night. I fired up 2 Bulldogs slow. I fired up a puppy slow, and I did my 20th puppy. So that's all I've done since Thursday night. I believe I may have done 2 on Friday night. I did some on Friday because that's right. I was sick Friday, so I ended up doing a couple, but I only did a couple because I wasn't really feeling that well. But yeah, so let's look and see what everybody's doing. AP Gibbs, Tyreek, T. Higgins, Tet, Zay Flowers. That's solid. I do like Flowers a little more in drafters as well. Like, I'm kind of coming around to liking Flowers a little more. Mikey gets JJ at 5. Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams, James Cook, and Rashee Rice at 53. He's just 53 is the latest I've seen Mikey take Rashee Rice today. If that means anything. 53 is the latest I've seen Mikey Boy G take Rashee Rice today. That's the only information I have. Bullied into, I mean, Flowers was never a player take thing. It was a price thing. Flowers in the four. If Flowers starts creeping back up, like I don't really like him over Pickens necessarily. If I have Lamar, sure, but yeah, let's do the thing. No, I mean you can take all the cup you want. He like I will. No, like I don't mind him in these areas. I prefer Pickens. I'll take him some, but like over Jennings, I think he's equal with like Ridley, Waddle, Hunter, Olave, Adunze. Like actually, because Ridley, Waddle, and Hunter, I think are above the rest of them. So like, I think Pickens is kind of the end of that tier, and then Flowers is in the next one. Uh, but yeah, I hated Flowers because he was going at like 42 for most of the summer and the pre-draft. Why is DeAndre Swift so expensive here? You know, I rarely take Swift. I'll take a little bit of a discount on him. I prefer James Conner absolutely over DeAndre Swift. Like, I think this is a criminal price for DeAndre Swift. Yeah, he does. But Conner catches balls too. Conner had 47 receptions last year. Swift had 42. I mean, the only real fade I have in the first round is Barkley. Um, and that's mostly because, like, I just want to have, I want to have like 10 to 12% Bijan, 10% JJ. But now they just go ahead of him. But I had Barkley rated at like 6 or 7 for a while. Now that's where he kind of goes. So I'm fine taking him like whenever I get there. Like on drafters, I'm okay taking him if he makes it to 6 or 7. Usually it takes to 7 because like I feel like there's a top 6 or a top 6. It's Jamar, Bijan, Gibbs, Lamb, Jefferson, and I actually think Puka is ahead of Barkley myself. But I'm not going to draft that way because I don't need 40% Puka. So I will take him at 6. I don't like it, but I will do it. But that's like the perfect storm. Yeah, like, and at full PPR, like, I have like 1.2% on underdog on Barkley or something. Like, it's really low, and even less here. Yeah, absolutely. Like, and like with Derrick Henry, like, so drafters has Derrick Henry at the right price, and on DK, he's starting to finally, like, people are starting to be like, oh wait, he doesn't catch a bunch of passes. Maybe he should be lower. Yeah, we'll take Addison here. Addison is wide receiver 5 with Puka, Brian Thomas, McLaurin, Travis Hunter. So Addison will absolutely be back to help with the 3 by week 8 we have here. So that's fine. Like, that ain't bad at all. We're probably gonna do another drafters after this. I'm hoping to get 7 more likes, but if we can get to like 42 likes, I'll do a puppy 2 after the next drafters even. The one thing with DK is the 3-point bonus for 100 yards seems to keep him boosted. Yeah, that's actually a good point. That's a bonus 30 yards, right? Like, that he's going to get, what, like 7 times, 8 times throughout the season? So the 500. So at 500 subs, you can turn on super chats. I usually do random numbers, but at 500 subs, I am going to do a 12-hour live stream. I don't know what day or all the logistics on it yet, but it will be a 12-hour live stream. That is the one thing I know for sure. I'm sure I'll have a bunch of guests on, do some things. It'll probably be like a week after I hit 500 because I think it takes them a week or two to turn on the super chats. I don't know how long that takes. I don't think it's like the second you get it, they're on, though. But maybe it is. I honestly haven't looked that much into it. I just know that at 500 you get it. Steve probably knows. Is it instant? If you are not subscribed to Fanspeak Network, go watch Fanspeak Network. They put out really good content. They have Bestball Jeopardy, which is a lot of fun. Like not this week, but the following week, the person who's going to try to guide me in my blind draft, me and him square off in round 2 of Bestball Jeopardy. PPR Tyler and I will be, I think it's 9:30 p.m. Central on the 30th. Yeah. How long did it take for the super chats to get turned on once you hit 500? So the one wild thing about the DK bonuses that, like, I know Jonathan Taylor doesn't catch balls, but if you look up Mike Clay's projections, and I know they're just projections, I'm pretty sure you can't. Oh, as soon as you hit 500? Okay. Yeah, so Jonathan Taylor on Mike Clay's projections is slotted for 14 games and 1,400 yards. That is a 100-yard average. Like, that is ludicrous, right? Like, that is Mike Clay, who's generally like really like conservative with his stuff. He's guessing that Jonathan Taylor has 100 yards a game on average that he plays. Now, for DraftKings, that is amazing. Like, because that's just a bonus 3 points, probably 9-10 weeks, if that's true, right? Like he's got to. It's got to be, unless he's expecting like 200-yard games in there or something, which I highly doubt that's the case. All right, so how dare you, Mikey? How dare you take Scattaboo? Has he updated them since the draft? I haven't actually looked at it recently. Maybe he's updated them. I did not see that. Because that would have been like his number 3 wide receiver overall based on those numbers. We'll take Dobbins. I like Dobbins there. When it comes back around, hopefully I will get J.J. McCarthy. Okay, he updated it today. I will be delving into that tomorrow. I will absolutely be looking at that tomorrow. Good. Like, I was wondering when he was going to update it. So disregard. I don't know if that's still true on Jonathan Taylor. That was based off of the post-draft numbers. I will definitely I'll be delving into those tomorrow for sure. Like, just kind of curious. What is up, Mr. Rodriguez? Thank you for stopping in. Please smash that like. Yeah, so what is his ADP? Oh, that's my rank. I mean, if McCarthy goes for some reason, I'm perfectly happy having Hawkins and Andrews. Already did. Hey, nice. I did not know that. Thank you for letting me know. All right, so the team right now, we have J.J. McCarthy, double stack, Jordan Addison, T.J. Hawkinson, running backs, Hampton, Swift, Dobbins, Puka, Brian Thomas, Terry McLaurin, Travis Hunter, and Jordan Addison. We just pray that Trevor Lawrence makes it back to us. We have our nuts out on the table. Anybody who wants can chop them. It's not going to be hard to do. Not even hiding them. We got Brian Thomas. We have Travis Hunter. We're just out here just hoping for the best. Just praying. There's a lot of people really in on Scadaboo. And there's a lot of people really out on him. I'm on the in variety. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, Drafters is total points and full PPR. Unlike DraftKings, does not have the bonuses. But if you are new to Drafters, use promo code WHO for a 100% deposit bonus for up to $100. I need Puka to have a good season. That's what I need. Like, I absolutely need Puka to have a good season. I mean, if Judkins falls all the way back, like at some point Judkins has to go around here. Like, I guess because you still get. I don't know how long it's going to be. Like what the feel is on him. I know he's going to go to the exempt list, but like that'll happen. He still has to sign a contract. Like there's the whole thing is a giant mess, right? And then even when he signs, he's on the Browns, right? Like I think the Browns could be a better team than other people think, or than a lot of people think, but like at least competitive. I'm not saying they're going to be great, but I think they can be competitive in some games. I done one and I built a winner, so we're out. We did one. I said I was going to do 0. We did 1, and I think we built the shipper. I will bring it up right now. Let me know how toast this is. This is my one rookie and sophomore: Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Bucky Irving, Hampton, Scadaboo. Like, went heavy there. So we got Travis Hunter, Pearsall, Egbuka, Burden. So we got the stack. Trey Harris, we got the stack there. We got the bring back for the Trey Harris and Hampton. I feel pretty good about it. We are doing a Drafters Mini right now. No, we do Drafters Minis. I'm just going to do Minis, and then I'm going to do I'm kind of biding my time for Drafters for the Superflex. I feel really good about that team. I really do. Like, if I'm only going to have one, I picked at the back, so I did what I could with it. I think it's fine. We get T-Law back. We are cooking, guys. We went from nuts out on the table to Randy Marsh with the wheelbarrow. Now we're out here just parading around town, just loving it. Not a care in the world, goofy grin on our face. We won all the money. Yeah, that is why I'm not going to do very many this year. I've done 2. So funny is I've done 2 Drafters mains. One of them, I won the free draft on Chess Liam's stream. And then like the next day, I won the free draft on Big Draft Energy stream. So I've done 2. In a related story, I've done 2, right? Why not? I know Tootin doesn't catch super well, but we got a team bet going. why not just write it out? Got Penix, Ward, Shuck, Genty, Harvey, Davis, Wright, Bowers, McMillan, Adunze, Egbuka, Horton. That feels good. So something I noticed is that it looks like Jalen Knoll isn't drafted that often, right? So if I were you, at least for these last ones, anytime you take Amari and Hampton, take Jalen Knoll. Like, if you're going to do a bunch of them, like, why not get the bring back for that game? I know you don't have the quarterback for either one, but like you might as well build a headless bring back, right? Like you get a little bit of leverage on the ownership. It's going to be your very last round pick. And the game script of Hampton smashing in that week usually probably means that somebody on the pass catching side of the Texans is working, right? So like if I wasn't doing rookie and sophomore, that's actually exactly what I was like. I actually brought Hampton way up in that draft specifically to do that because I was so yeah, and I like that was the goal, was to do the Hampton. Like I wanted 3 solid running backs and to only take 3 and to just play real thin and then play volume at wide receiver. But it's pretty important to get, I think, 2 of, if you don't get Jaden, you want 2 of the quarterbacks down to Penix or down to Cam Ward. And I would prefer to have 2 of them before Drake May. I really wanted Drake May, but Drake May went to pick right before me. And then the guy, I was at the 3 hole, the guy at the turn didn't take any. Good luck to him. Like it's your team. Draft it how you want it. You know, like, all right. Good luck. I'm glad you did that in my pod, you know, kind of thing. But yeah, I was like, man, this is pretty good. But like I said, I was going to rely on a bunch of overtime this year, and they're cutting all overtime right now to max a bunch of these contests. So like I'm kind of being a little more picky and choosy of what I do. So I would love to do a lot of rookie and sophomore, but I'm also going to be responsible about what I gamble on, you know. So I know being an adult, it sucks. We all know it. It sucks. I think this is an Isaiah Likely team if Lutz doesn't want him. Surprised he didn't take Drake May at 153 or Kyle Williams at 153. So I'm hoping I can push Matt Stafford around the corner. Devontae Adams went on the left side of me, so I should be able to do it. But Mr. Danger's over here and Mr. Dropkick. Am I going to get Dropkick this time? I got Dangered first. Am I going to get Dropkick this time? I think I'm going to get Dropkicked. All right. We got Matt Stafford. Once again, we got double bye week, but I'm not that worried about it. Like, I think the third stack makes a lot of sense. Like, we're pretty strong at wide receiver. Puka, Brian Thomas, McLaurin, Hunter, and Addison. I do have 3 on bye week 8 right now. I have 2 bye week 8 there. I have 1 RB, but both of my tight ends are good. And the rest of, I will make sure the rest of my running backs are also not by week 8, and the rest of my wide receivers. Yeah. Every once in a while, Dennis, I have an okay idea. Not all of my ideas are good, but a few of them are. By the way, we need 2 more likes for the 3rd draft. And the 4th draft is just around the corner because I said it at only 5 more likes after 37. So So go ahead. Like you got to get to step A before you get to step B. So let's look at what some of the people are doing here. We got we didn't go through coolers yet. We got CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, Brees Hall, Devonta Smith, George Pickens, Jacoby Myers, Pacheco at 76 feels like stealing. Aaron Jones at 93 also stealing. Dak Prescott, Ayuk at 117. That I don't know where I like Ayuk in this. 117 feels like fine as a wide receiver 5. As long as he's back after like 6 weeks, I feel like that's okay. I don't know how often I'd want to do it, but I think it's fine. Tucker Kraft, Rashad White, Cam Ward, Geno Smith. Yeah, I mean, like always, building solid. I give myself the standard of one good idea per month, and I'm killing it every year. Nice. I think, I mean, you were already completely out on Ayuk anyway. I mean, so yes and no. Like, if you remember, Ayuk had the contract dispute, right? And then everybody thought he was faking the injury. What if he was actually hurt and then he was playing through the injury and then got actually hurt worse? Like, he might not have just been he might have never been 100% last year. He wasn't good before he got hurt. And he had, like, that one game where he had that ball, like, that one crossing pattern that the ball hit him right in the hands and nobody was, like, anywhere close. I'm still upset about that because I was heavy on him last year. Yeah, I think Josh Palmer makes a lot of sense for this team. I just need to try to make sure I have some points for week 8 at this point. Yeah, in cumulative scoring, there is a point that you can be like minus 6 weeks. I don't know where that is. I don't think 117 is where I like it, but I don't have like an algorithm to go check it. Like, it's all by feel for me. I'm still learning ADPs on this site. Got it. I am too, to be honest with you. So I don't draft near as much over here as I do on Underdog. I mean, I don't take Tank Bigsby, and I said I wasn't going to do another running back week 8. And like, talk about not catching passes. We have Trevor Lawrence with Tank Bigsby, who's had 8 catches in 2 years, I think. He had 7 receptions in an entire season last year. He had 766 rushing yards and 7 receptions. Talk about not being able to catch the ball. The goal is for Tank to get cut and signed by somebody, right? Like, there's a lot of good options out there. We are still waiting. By the way, we still need 2 likes. We got 27 watching now. I want to appreciate everybody who's come out. If you like the content, please sub. It helps out a lot. We have a 253 sub special coming here in the near future. We don't have a date locked up yet, but PPR Tyler will be coming on. I will be putting on a sleep mask and drafting blindfolded, and I will be trying to man the controls, and he will try to be telling me go down further, go down harder, stuff like that. I'm sure it'll be a really good time. Maybe he just starts screaming harder. I don't know. It's up to him what he says. But like, I think it'll be a good time. And it's probably like, I'm debating on doing some fun things with it, like uploading a special CSV, like make my normal CSV and the second CSV, like put some landmine picks in there. So like I have to, like, not like major landmines, but like players that I know him and I do not like at ADP. So like we both, for the most part, like like put like Debo Samuel like 6 picks ahead of ADP. Because we're both finally on board with taking him a little behind ADP. We were both pretty out on him. But like to put that there to where he's like trying to make sure we don't get him, like I think that would make a more fun element as well. And this will be on the underdog, which is 20-second clocks. The goal was to do it on 30-second clocks, and then if it went well, like if it was by went well meant it was entertaining. Not that I drafted the good team, but that if it went well, I would have done a second one at 20 seconds. Well, underdog now has decided that I'm just doing it at 20 seconds. So Ayuk is good in sprint. Yeah, like Ayuk is like in total points, he is a much, much harder click. Like everybody agrees. All right, so we need to not have a week. We're going to take we cannot have more week 8 buys there. We do probably need a third tight end. I would take Arroyo here. Oh, he already went. Damn you. Damn you. He was in the draft. Trying to remember. I'm trying to find the name again. If you say something, I'll remember. Kevin MacArthur. There he is. I was very close to taking Besh. Besh is criminally underrated, like right now. We knew he was going to be slow, right? Like as soon as this camp really gets underway, oh, never mind. We got Stafford. We're going to take the last really good pick at running back, in my opinion, and Taj Brooks. And then we're going to take Higbee on the way back, or Freiermuth, or Sanders, or Johnson. Like, I want Higbee. I know I said I didn't want a week 8 buy there, but we do have the stack. Pretty sure Kevin is a fellow Louisianian. Did I say that in the correct way? With that weird inflection in the middle of it that I'm sure sounded wonderful and inquisitive. I heard it and I'm like, that sounded really bad. Yeah, so we got our 37. We will be doing another drafters. Oh, okay. I was just messing around. I don't know. I'm here to entertain me. You guys are all welcome to also be entertained. Almost had a seizure typing it. He said it pretty well. That's fantastic. There seems to be a lot of people in Louisiana that like that do best ball stuff. Because Bayou Bengals down there, right? I think Bayou's down there. No cap. Kevin now as well. I think there's some other people. So last time I had to go all the way to the top and then click this. Okay, so yeah, he moved to Alabama, right? Oh, you can't do that sucks. Yeah, that does suck. Underdog isn't legal here yet. Oh, but DK is? Huh. Bayou is a Bama boy. So anybody who wants me to go over their team that's new to my stream, say something. Like if Kevin does or Lutz. Otherwise, we're going to get into a second, and we'll go queue up. Like we'll wait until the lobby's empty and then queue up so everybody can get in. But I'll come back to this and review some teams while we're waiting. No matter either way. Something. Got it. That counts as something. Man, these tight ends went. They absolutely went. I mean, I could just take Tutu out. Like, I can't afford one there. I really want to. Yeah, he's week 8 as well. So we're going to go ahead and take Higbee again. And I don't know. Troy Franklin kind of makes some sense. I think Savion is kind of what I need, like a gigantic swing. He will be in the post-bye rookie bump by that point. Yeah, let's do that. So my team, 3-6-8-3. J.J. McCarthy, Trevor Lawrence, Matt Stafford, double bye week 8. Not the best, but like that's fine. RBs, Hampton, Swift, Dobbins, Tootin, Bigsby, Taj Brooks. I actually hate this running back room. I don't like Swift. I don't like Bigsby, but I got my boy Hampton. I do like Tootin, but like, and I like Dobbins. So I should have enough to like at least score points every week. And then as long as one of those two is the guy in Jacksonville, we're kind of good. Wide receivers, Puka. Like I like it as a room, like the way it's put together, but I don't like the individual players. Wide receivers, Puka, Brian Thomas, Terry McLaurin, Travis Hunter, Jordan Addison, Josh Palmer, Jalen Coker, and Savion Williams. And then tight ends, Hawk, Likely, and Higbee. I don't mind it. It's solid. It's probably like a B. Not great, not bad, not elite. Lutz, 2-7-8-3. Kyler and Drake. That's an awesome group right there. A lot of rushing floor with both of them. Kyler had like 500 yards last year rushing. Drake May is going to have about 700 this year. RBs, Kenneth Walker, Travion Henderson, David Montgomery, Quinshon Judkins at 129. I probably take him if he's there, my next pick. Actually, I probably wouldn't have pushed Trevor Lawrence. If Lawrence was gone, I would have. Sean Tucker and Keaton Mitchell. I like that. You smashed 3 in a row in the middle of the draft. Took a major upside swing. Like, if he only gets 6 games, like, that's actually a steal of a pick. I really like Judkins as a prospect, though. Wide receivers, Nico Collins, A.J. Brown, Marvin Harrison, Jalen Waddle, Trey Harris, Hollywood Brown, Kyle Williams at 160. He's fallen. It's great. Drake May drafters, rejoice. Troy Franklin, where do you get your ideas? And tight end, Hunter Henry, Chig, and Juwan Johnson. Yeah, very solid. I like it. And Kevin, I'll go over Kevin's team since he is new to the stream as well. 3-6-8-3, Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud, Sam Darnold. That's a little bit better built than mine because you don't have a double bye week. You also have a little more capital there. And Brock runs more than people think. So RBs, Chuba, Mixon, Charbonnet, Trey Benson, Roshan, and Shipley. I like that a lot. I personally like, for this year specifically, I like at least mixing one rookie in because they think that this is an amazing rookie class. But I do build rooms like this with no rookies sometimes, and you got value, like tons of value. Like, you're just scooping. Wide receivers, Malik Neighbors, Ladd McConkey, JSN, DJ Moore, Ricky Pearsall, 79. That could be a smash. Egbuka, Jalen Tolbert, and DeMarcus Robinson. Just, if you don't know, he's almost definitely being suspended 3 games. Tight end, Dallas Goedert, Elijah Arroyo, and Dalton Schultz. I like it. All right, so once this fills, I'm going to join. So once it's a fresh lobby, I'm going to go ahead and join. Let's look at somebody else's team then. We'll go with APs. 3683. Tua, Bryce, A-Rich. The A-Rich swing feels pretty good down there. I'm assuming that it dried up for you. And that's what happened, or you just felt like you needed the upside swing. Let me know. Running backs, Gibbs, Pollard, Etienne, Stevenson, Lloyd, and Etienne. Correlating Etiennes, what could go wrong? Wide receivers, Tyreek, T. Higgins, Ted McMillan, Zay Flowers, Judy, Pittman, and then you got awesome start, and then Leggett and Brooke. Yeah, I like this. Tyler Warren, Zach Ertz, and Theo Johnson. Yeah, this is solid. Let me log. So we are about to be. All right, so fresh lobby and 1. So I'm going to wait until that, and then while the fresh lobby, as soon as the fresh lobby hits, I will enter. I will let you know. I'm sure you can all see it. So, like, if you look, somebody left. So if you look at these little blue marks down here, if you're new to it, that tells you how many people are in that draft. For those new to drafters, yeah, we're waiting for the next lobby. And by the way, if you're new to drafters or if you never drafted on drafters, you can sign up and use promo code WHO for a 100% deposit match for up to $100. Free money is always good. I like free money. Do you guys like free money? I love free money. Dried up big time. I was hoping for Dines. Okay. Yeah, I figured that's what happened. I will look back here in a minute. So Cooler's team, everybody likes it. Dak, Cam Ward, Gino. Cooler's always builds good teams, by the way. Like, he really does. Like, on Draft or Pass, he's one of the highest rated users. RBs, Brees Hall, Pacheco, Aaron Jones, Rashad White, Justice Hill, Zach Moss. Just very solid. CD, Devonta Smith, George Pickens, Stack, Jacoby Myers, fresh lobby. All right. 5 more. And then, all right, now we're back. Jacoby, with that group and Douglas, like, Douglas is a very smart pick with Ayuk because he will absolutely give you a floor, just like Lockett. Like, yeah, he built this perfectly with Ayuk because he went Douglas, Lockett, and McLeod. Like, those 3 with Jacoby Myers are there. Like, I'm sure he done it intentionally. He did that to get Ayuk to where he needs to go. Like, that's a very smart. I like that quite a bit. And then Brock Bowers, Tucker Kraft. Yeah, this team is awesome. I like it more than mine. I will agree. So we are waiting on 3. Whoops. I still make mistakes. It happens. And it happens every stream. Literally every stream. Pineapples. Yeah, I forgot all about that. The old pineapples chat, like whenever it's empty. Yeah, thank you for the kind words. You're right. I was thinking Douglas and Besh to carry. Oh, and Besh? Yeah, I was thinking that's why you took Tyler Lockett as well, because like Lockett should be there for sure at the beginning of the season, his role most likely in jeopardy at the end of the season. You know, I think Tennessee could be a surprise team, like win 9 games or so. That division is completely up in the air. And I'm a big believer that if you solidify the offensive line, good things come. So, and by the way, hopefully my power doesn't go out, but I hear a storm rolling in. If the power goes out, I'm probably not going to be able to, like, even if it flickers, I will come and see if the stream is still available. But usually when the power goes out here, it goes out for a while. It doesn't usually just flicker. So we got No Cap in the 2. We got the Kai at the 3, King of QC at the 4, Broad at the 5, Lutz at the 6, Coolers at the 7, Kevin at the 8. We got the 9 again, AP at the 11, Steve at the 12. We don't have Team Josh and Johnny Patron. We have 10 of us here. Welcome, everyone. You guys don't have the balls to send Rashid Rice to me at 64. That's what I know. You won't send me Rashid Rice at 64. I probably wouldn't take him at 64. I'm overexposed to him in this contest already, so like I don't think there's a price I would take him at. Like I think at like 88 maybe I would take him just because I had enough of him already. Get to the bunker, and I'm waiting until we get news, right? The bunker, like, so I don't actually have a bunker. I just meditate really hard, and my beard hardens really well and gives me a protective shell. It's my little superpower. I can't show anybody because I don't want all the publicity. But yeah. I'm not really scared of storms anymore now that I figured out that I could do that. I feel like Patron is going to do me dirty at the turn. What? Yeah, I know you got a 54 last draft. Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois. Not with an S. Not Illinois. Illinois. And it doesn't bother me if people misspeak it. Like I laugh. It's like there's certain words I just can't say. Like my tongue won't let me say the word the way I know it sounds. So I just laugh whenever people like misspeak and stuff. Like it's not a big deal. Like as long as somebody's not intending offense, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you know that because that's where you were doing the college stuff. Because you're up north. Like I know you were up north because we talked about it a little bit last year. As you said, I had a good memory. I remember things most of the time. I just not going to take Puka at 9. Like if I have 30% Puka, so be it. Like I think Puka should be the 7 pick. So not Chicago. I lived in a suburb of Chicago for a little bit, and it sucked. I hated it. Like I absolutely hated it. So where I live, like I'm not going to give an actual number because you could look it up, but there's under like 8,000 people where I live, right? So like we literally only have 4 places to eat that are like chains. We have a couple of mom and pop shops, but there's not really that many options. Yeah, we're going to take Drake. Yeah, if you know much about Illinois, like the city I work in is Effingham. You know, Effingham. which is also the home of the state police, which I find hilarious. Yeah, I mean, if you do any travel, you know where Effingham, Illinois is. Like, because two of the biggest interstates in the entire United States meet right there. Highway 57 or Interstate 57 and 70. But yeah, I work there, so that gives you a general vicinity of where I live. Like, it's not in that city, but it's where more fields are than there. Like my family owns like some fields, not a whole lot of farmland, but some. I could have done that for a living, pretty cheap. I decided not to because I hated it. I did not like it. Like I don't. I get sun poisoning if I'm out too long, so that's why I don't like it, because I don't feel good when I go out for multiple hours. That's why I'm doing best ball, because it's indoors. So we got yeah, I actually like the area I live in, like, but going from an area that you have actual like my rent and everything, like the house I own, my property taxes is like criminally cheap. Like, if I told people what my property taxes were, you would like hate me. Like, they're that cheap. Like, my property taxes is, I'll just say this, my property taxes right now for the year are a third of the price of my monthly rent in Chicago 15 years ago. So yeah, like criminally cheap. So I would love to get Josh Jacobs here. Or Josh Allen. I don't take much Josh Allen. But we're going to go Brees. We're going to go ahead and go Brees. Yeah, so, man, Brees Hall is such a comfortable click that is absolutely going to either destroy everyone else or you. Like, I think there's a small chance that Brees Hall is not just an okay pick. I think he's either a great or a bad pick. Like, I think at the end of the season, like when we look back and we think like what value, like the pick, like you're like, was he worth his third round pick? Brees Hall answer, I think, is almost definitely going to be no. It's either going to be he should have been like a high 2, early 1, or like a 7. So it is a swing, but it's one I want to make fairly, because wins matter a lot more in best ball than losses. Like the team I had that got, I think it was 150 exactly. Like it was 150th, and Brought, by the way, in the main last year got 152, and I think Mikey Boy G, who was in here, got like 7th or something. Like, he got really high. If you're still here, Mikey, tell me like what you got, because he had one of the higher finishes in one of the contests. I don't remember which one. But for the drafters main last year, yeah, like, and that team was complete garbage. Like, the team I got that was 150th was complete garbage. It was Saquon, and my RB2 was Brian Rock. No, was Zach Charbonnet. And my third best running back was probably Isaac Garendo. It just happened that everyone kind of spiked together to give me a lot of points there, and my wide receivers were just nuts. Like, wide receivers were absolutely loaded. And by the way, one more and I've locked myself into a third or a fourth draft. The fourth draft, probably, like, we could go over to We can stay on drafters. We will do another poll for it. If we stay here or if we go help out another or Angry Dragon. I'm going to assume I get one more like by the end of the stream. So we're going to go ahead and set the poll up. I do need to do a bunch of puppy twos at some point. I'd like to get like 10 more done before it's filled. I haven't even looked. It was like 90% a little bit ago, I think. Anybody know? Like I'm going to bring it up right now and look. Puppy 2 is, it's 85%. It just, the bar looked like 90%. Yeah, so I started the draft off. Pepper Tony will remember. I was talking about a strategy I personally want to do in the Puppy 2. And I'm going to need, like, honestly, like any pick from like 10 or back will work. We are not taking DeAndre Swift 2 drafts in a row. That is what we are not doing. We'll take Juwan Jennings. We'll do the double stack there. But so what I want to do is I think one of the best advance rate things, like not advance rate through the 14 weeks, but I'm kind of targeting the Cincinnati-Baltimore Week 15 game a little bit. Like I'm not like going out of my way to do it often, but I think these two players are probably going to be extremely rarely owned together. And I think I want to do like Derrick Henry at 10 and then T. Higgins at 15. Then you get Burrow back here, right? Like if the Chase drafter takes him, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But it's going to be very low owned. They play Week 15. And I think there's a very high chance that one of those two is like kind of the guy you need. Yeah, we're going to take RJ Harvey. I don't take him often, but I think a T. Higgins, Breece Hall, you're going to be incredibly low owned, and he's going to absolutely, like I've been thinking about this. It's like I've been kind of fading Henry a little bit, and it's like I think that game like the Bengals always destroy the Ravens defense, so I've been on that, and I've been like pulling Lamar up with like other people, like with Higgins and Chase. I've been adding in Andrews over there with and doing all that, but I'm like, why not do the same thing with Henry? Like, I need to start doing that with Henry and just pulling people across the board. If I believe that game is one of the best games to advance to Week 16, and like the Bengals have a pretty good playoff schedule as well. But I think that's something really unique that nobody's willing to give up because you're basically giving up like one of those elite tier players, right? But you'll have like, I'm not going to do it often, but I'm probably going to do it like once. I want one of those teams. I think that makes sense. And I think you'll be like one of 4 teams out of the entire puppy that has it. So if you get to a pod with it, you have an absolute clear out, right? Like you have an absolute clear out that you have the bring back Derrick Henry and T. Higgins. Like I think that is a very interesting way to play it. Like you will probably, and Derrick Henry is probably going to be a really good advance rate piece. Now, his chances to be an RB1 for the season probably pretty low. But, like, advance rate wise, it makes sense, right? Like, do y'all think I'm crazy? Like, let me know. Do you think I'm crazy? I know Peppertoni's in for it, but Peppertoni hears Ravens, and then that's all he hears and sees, and he just goes, "Go Ravens," right? Like, yeah. I mean, I don't blame him. Ravens offense is awesome. Yeah. And like, I I do. It may be a little harder, but like T. Higgins himself is probably underrated right now. Like, so pre-draft before the uh my very initial rankings that I done, and there was so much wrong with them. Like, absolutely so many things wrong with them. But I actually had T. Higgins rated at like 16 overall. Because of when he spikes, how high he spikes. Because when he spikes very high. So, and he's also one of the best point per game players last year as well. So I don't think it's like that ludicrous to have T. Higgins over Drake London, or like, especially in like just a small sample. Like, you just have him. The issue for me is going to be having Derrick Henry over Malik Neighbors, right? Like, that to me feels awful. But for the experiment and to do it with a couple teams, and then to label those teams with like wild hair or something, like I think it could be fun. I mean, sure. If nobody else wants him, I'll take him at 88. Do you think Henry needs to be RB1 at his cost? I mean, he doesn't have to be. Like, all I'm saying is, like, with all the other picks in those areas, well, for drafters, yes. Right? Like, for drafters, he needs to be like top 3, top 4. And that's possible. RB1 overall, like, I feel like that ends. I don't know. Like, I think you can skip. Like, I kind of think Jonathan Taylor has a better chance, or Chase Brown or Bucky has a better chance than Derrick Henry. He could do it, but I think the rest of them all kind of have a better chance than him. For underdog, it doesn't matter. You just need the people who are going to spike in the playoffs. And while Derrick Henry, as I've been thinking, it's like, well, he plays Cincinnati week 1. So, like, the whole Jonathan Taylor smashing through the playoffs and just being okay during the regular season, maybe that's Derrick Henry this year. He wins Rice at 63. Where did he 63? I might have taken him there. I probably wouldn't have, just because I have a lot of them. Rice is only going to keep falling. Like, some people aren't as tuned in, and like, or accidentally auto draft players still, right? Like, so. And by the way, we still need one like for the draft after this one, which apparently is going to be a puppy. Apparently, everybody wants me to go into a puppy so they can get the CLV on me doing Derrick Henry and Derrick Henry and T. Higgins. Just missed getting in. The whirlwind took longer than usual this time. We have a vote up right now, and there's 11 votes, and it looks like the Puppy 2 is winning by a landslide right now. So whatever wins, I will do. We still need one more like. Hopefully, I was going to say, hopefully my new buddy Kevin doesn't snipe Brock Purdy on me. I assume this room's going to be pretty friendly with like letting people fall and like getting stacks and stuff like that. I will say once it gets down to like 153, it's kind of like just get a guy. That's how I play it. I don't really have stacks available like Drake London, I guess. Yeah, like even in total points, like total points is a different thing, right? Like, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. No, I'm absolutely buying in on Rice and underdog still. Like, I don't know where he goes, but a lot of people don't want to take him till the 60s. I think if he's in the 50s, I'm going to take him over and over again. And if I lose, I lose. Like, the goal is to push the best players to the postseason, right? All right. Yeah, we'll take Trey Harris there. I was debating between Christian Kirk and Trey Harris. Christian Kirk gave me a secondary backstack option because I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that Justin Herbert makes it back around, right? So, like, if I would have taken Christian Kirk there, oh, it wouldn't have mattered. Nico's right there, so I'm glad I didn't decide to do that. Like, that's why you want to look at the board before you make your picks. I'm a candidate. I can't do underdog. Doug Ford. I'm assuming that's a politician. I don't do politics. So no idea. Yeah, I figured and I do want to do a little bit more drafters content. Like I'm wanting to make sure to do and it'll probably be a different night each week. Some Sunday nights will be underdogs, some Sunday nights will be drafters. If I am able to stream on Saturday nights, I'm probably going to make Saturday nights the definite drafters. But that, like, there'll be like one, like maybe two drafts at the most. It'd be two drafts. Uh, but yeah, I do want to make sure to get a drafters draft in every week on stream. Should just rent rooms out on the college in Quebec. I mean, that cottage is for sale, right? Like maybe you buy it and then do that. Call it Degen Island or something. Like I can help you market it. Like it, yeah. Like rent out rooms. Yeah. Do they have? I can't even remember the name of it. The thing where you like rent out a room or whatever, like online. I'm assuming that's also in Canada. Not a problem, sir. Lots of us in Ontario who can only do drafters. Oh no, like Brought is also from Ontario, but they have a cabin in Quebec or something. I like he can explain it. It's his story. Uh, but yeah, that's what he's saying. Like rent out that. Let me out of the asylum. Nice. Congratulations. And we're not going to chance it. We're just going to go ahead and take Penix there. We're not chancing it at all. I would have loved to have been able to take Tucker Kraft there, but we'll just go ahead and chance or secure it. Yeah, what they put you in there for this time? Old dirty. We got yeah, so the team right now, Brock Purdy, Michael Penix, running backs, Brees Hall, RJ Harvey, David Montgomery at 88. Wide receivers, Puka, Drake London, Juwan Jennings, Josh Downs, Trey Harris. We got George Kittle. We got the double stack with Brock Purdy. We have Drake London with Michael Penix. 4-bedroom, 13-bed on the lake with a Wi-Fi draft house. Yeah, exactly. Like buy the cottage, rent it out. Yeah, why not? There are a lot of DJs out there. I'm going to take Colson Loveland there. I'm sorry for whoever has Caleb, but Colson Loveland should not be going at 136. I heard a sound. Apparently, there's a bullfrog right outside my door, like right outside my door. I was like, "What? Oh, that's a bull." It's just a weird sound out of the blue, right? So, a little bit of shock. Look, we're not even trying, and we're game stacking week 17. I've hopped the border just to do DFS on the. Oh, yeah. I feel bad for people. Like, I mean, who knows what's going to happen next year with gambling in America as a whole? So, with that, like for the people who are from America, like with that bill, the I don't know I don't get into politics, but the cliff notes from what I've seen, it looks really bad for like anybody who's doing fantasy like this. Like, it's probably might not even be feasible to play. But I don't know all the details on it. I haven't really looked into it. I watched the lulls with Pete and Brick. I think that's what they call them. Like a spoof on on Hostel. Instead of going there to die, you go there to draft. Yeah. You mean a hotel, not a hostel? Oh. That's a long ways for a streamer to drive. Especially one with a real job. One without a real job would probably be super happy to drive after figuring out how to get a passport. I think Austin Eckler is incredibly cheap, like way too cheap in this. Like, he is very cheap. I think we want Eckler more than Stafford here. I can still get one of the two Indy quarterbacks. So, like, if I lose out on Stafford, I've already got him once today. Oh, sorry. I meant to get to that. I don't know. I did last year. I lost a lot of money. I had one team get 9th in a flock tournament. I didn't come close to getting my money back. I don't know I know the exact number, but I lost a decent amount. But I also, I ran really bad on injuries as well. You can just go look at when BBM.db gets back up. You can go look at my exposures, and some of them were bad picks. Like Jonathan Brooks was just a bad decision. I can't blame that one being injured, but there was a big, for a long time, they were saying that he was going to be back by week 6 or 7 for sure. And that he didn't get back to week 10 and then re-injured it. Even if he got back by week 10 and stayed healthy, I would have been fine with it and probably done a lot better. I had like 23% Jonathan Brooks, and then my most exposed player was Jalen Warren, who I had all that exposure before the hamstring injury, in preseason. So like, and also same with like DeAndre Hopkins. I had a bunch of him before his hamstring injury. Then I had a bunch of Rice. I had a bunch of Ayuk, a bunch of Christian Kirk. Uh, like you could just look at it and you could see like I was like Godwin was the only one I wasn't overweight that actually mattered that got hurt. I was also over on and I had like 7%. I wasn't out on him. I had like 7% or something. Yeah, I had a bunch. I didn't have much Olave, I will say that, but I had a bunch of Shaheed, a bunch of Rashid Rice, uh, a bunch of Christian Kirk, like I just Jonathan Brooks, like, but that the Jonathan Brooks one was just a bad process, like, and I am fully up for admitting that. The 4 highest drafted player, all of them were your 4 highest. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And like the Jalen Warren hamstring thing. Oh, and CMC. So like I had before the CMC, like I done a bunch of eliminators early last year as well. Like next year, I am not going to do more than like 15 to 20 eliminators before training camp. Last year, I had 18% CMC in the eliminator before they announced that he was sitting out practices. And I ended up with 12% CMC in BBM as well. Because I was like, well, in BBM, like if he sits out 4 weeks, like he's still like it kind of felt like he was only going to sit out like 2 weeks. And I felt like he was clearly the 101 if healthy, like clearly last year. So I was like, I'll take him at 4. So I still ended up with like 12% CMC and BBM with the Rashid Rice stuff. And like some of my highest exposed players were smashes though too. Like Jaden Daniels, Brock Bowers were way up there. And then Lad McConkey, who I was like 15% on. So like I had some good takes. I had some bad luck. I also had some bad takes. Yes, like, and like there's a difference between somebody who is coming off of an injury, like Rice being healthy or Diggs being healthy, than somebody who once they get injured continue to draft him. Yeah, no, I learned that story last year for sure. I think I'll just take Shipley, right? Yeah, we just take Shipley here. Like we are leaning on these 3 wide receivers, like these 2 wide receivers right now. We're done at tight end. We're going to end up with 9 wide receivers. I mean, Jalen Knoll is free as hell down here. So anybody who wants him, take him. I'm fine with any of those players. I have regrettably broken that rule. So like last year, a lot of the players that I really liked were DeAndre Hopkins at Tennessee. Like by the numbers, he absolutely should have been going way up. And I had a bunch of him, and he started creeping up the board. And then he got hurt, and he started falling way down. And it's like, even if he misses 4 games, I'm getting 3 rounds of CLV on him. Like, or I'm getting him 3 rounds cheaper. Like, I was like, I'm just going to buy some more. And like, that was the wrong decision. Like, I would recommend never to do that. Like, if you already have the exposure on him, like with Rashid Rice for me, like he's not hurt. Like the suspension to me is different. But like, let's say, like for this team, RJ Harvey gets hurt. And he misses some time at camp. and they say he's going to be ready week 3, and he drops 2 rounds. Like, I'm probably not going to be in on Harvey, like, at all, unless he's 10 picks past his ADP of the new ADP. Like, being overweight on that is the problem, right? Like, being like, okay, now I can get him cheaper. That's the problem. Like, taking him at, like, because sometimes they're fine. Like, you probably don't want to fade it completely, but, like, I think fading it completely is a smarter thing than being overweight, for sure. But yeah, I like a bunch of the players that I had a lot of got, like, Deontay Johnson started being awesome and then just got cut because he can't get along with anybody. You know, like, yeah, the double downs are tough to avoid. They really are. And like, I was going for it, right? Like, I was like, well, I got him with this set of players. Now I can get this with all of these players as well, right? Because when they fall a couple rounds, now you're drafting them with a completely different set of players in the rounds before that you had to give up to take that player at a high rate before. So your teams are going to be different with him on it. So it's going to feel better. And Hollywood Brown, like, I didn't take any Hollywood Brown in the 5th, but like, they had zero information about that shoulder injury after it happened, right? But it sounded like it was just going to be 4 weeks or something. So when he fell to the 11th round, I just took a whole bunch of them. And that was bad. Like, so basically, if somebody gets hurt, don't go overboard. Like, if you want to take some, fine. Don't make that a point to, like, hey, now I can get this guy cheap. Like, at least for me last year, that killed me. JJ McCarthy, zero. Like, I have zero interest in Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt. Like, so in a 20-round draft, I think it's different. I really do. I think it's a lot different here. We'll take a Brashard Smith on this one and then finish out with 3 wide receivers. So when I watched JCM's tape in the pre-draft process and I went back and watched it again, I personally did not think I didn't think he looked bad, but it didn't look like he had anything that he would excel at or be good at. Like, he's probably going to be one of those coaches guys who, like, he's fine at everything. He might give you some 6 to 8 to 10 point weeks here and there. Like, if Brian Robinson goes down, like, he'll be a serviceable guy maybe to, like, fill in the bottom of a roster. I just don't. He looked like he was very willing to block, which is a way to get on the field. And I know that talent is supposedly a lot lesser of a factor at running back, but I just didn't see a whole lot with him. Myself, like I said earlier, I'm not a scout. Like, I feel like I do a decent job at looking at things. I was right on more than I was wrong last year. So there is that. Now, I was definitely wrong on some things, like Dylan Laube. But at the same time, like, I don't mind having a gigantic bag of a 19th, 20th rounder, right? I don't mind that. All right, we can go with 2-2 here. Hopefully Ray makes it all the way back. That would be fantastic. But yeah, I'm not in on it at all. And JCM to me is not going to replace Eckler. If he replaces anybody, it's going to be Brian Robinson. Like, their games, the way that their games mirror, like, Eckler to me has the role that he has, and he's going to have that role no matter what. I think if we see JCM, he's going to be better to replace Brian Robinson than Eckler. So, but Robinson has missed games. So, I mean, I think we do see JCM at some point in the season. They still have Jeremy McNichols there, right? who had a 26-point game last year or something. I am looking up the depth chart right now. I'm pretty sure McNichols is still there. Yeah, Jeremy McNichols is still there. So, yeah, I like JCM does not profile at all to be the guy that Eckler is, and Rodriguez. All right, so back to this. Do you think Underdog doesn't release a bunch of contests at once because they want the current one? Well, they're having a hard time filling sprint and marathon, but I think they've realized that people just aren't going to play those until the overlay's there. And the best way for them to make the money back is to just release the newer contest and to have everybody max those so they get the rake on those, which will make up for the other part, right? I don't think we see a contest today next week, but I do think we will see a I think we'll see a bigger contest open up at some point next week. Not like another puppy. I mean, they could just open a puppy 3 as soon as puppy 2 ends. I don't know if they'll do that. I don't remember when they opened the Chow Chow last year, but I believe it was like after the first week of preseason or something. I think they waited a while on that one last year. Yeah, I figured you felt the same. I keep having visions of Eckler recapturing the Magic. I have 18%. I hope you're right. All you said on JMC is fair. I've clicked him 4 or 5 times. Just, yeah, I don't. So it's around, like, even in an 18-round draft, like, if you like him or you hate Brian Robinson, feel free to click him. Like, it's not a bad click. It's just not one I'm personally making. And the whole fact that they, like, McNichols is a good player. Like, he really is. I think also a sprint, especially marathon, it's like eliminator. You're better served. Yeah, absolutely. Chow Chow was mid-August, so I thought it was a little later. Do we want... So we're going to take MBS here. I think B-Rob is slightly undervalued, but not a fun click. Yeah, he's either an awesome or a bad click. Like, there's no in between on B-Rob. Kind of like what I'm saying about Brees earlier. Like, I don't feel like at the end of the draft cycle, we're going to be like, yeah, B-Rob was worth a 9th round pick or a 10th or an 8th round pick. It's going to be like, B-Rob should have been an 18th round pick, or B-Rob should have been a 5th round pick. Like, B-Rob is like the RB version of Jacoby Myers to me. I don't know how else to explain it. No, like, it really is. It's like he should be the starter. The offense should be really good, but he's just the touchdown guy, and you can get Eckler, who had similar fantasy points last year. I'm going to fact check that as soon as I make my pick. But I think they were pretty close in fantasy points last year. I have the sheet up because I always have that sheet up. And we will take Deontay Johnson. All right, so Robinson last year had wrong Robinson. 14 games, 153 points, 10.98. So Eckler, 12 games, 114, 9 points. So B-Rob had 1.5 points more per game than Eckler did, but Eckler played through injuries a little bit more as well. And this is half-point PPR. If you look at Brian Robinson had 20 receptions and Eckler had 35 in 12 games. So if he did stay healthy, he'd probably have 50. All right, back to this. All right, I'm under 5% B-Rob. I probably want to hover around 5%. Yeah, no, I want to be like 5 to 6 is kind of where I'm at. Don't laugh at my next pick. I will always laugh at your next pick. The puppy 2 won the vote, so we will be doing a puppy 2. I will go through my team, and then we will probably head over there. Like, could he have a Mostert-esque 15? Yeah, he could. Yeah, absolutely. Like, he could just be a guy that you needed to get the guy you need to the playoffs. Like, that's what I view him as. Like, I don't think Brian Robinson is going to be the player that's going to win you anything. But could he be the 10 points a week you need to get Jarquez Hunter or Chase or Taj Brooks or Jerome Ford, or not Jerome Ford, Dylan Sampson, if Judkins comes back and gets, or like even Judkins, like, could he be the one that gives you the point to get you to where Judkins is healthy or actually playing? Like, absolutely. Like, he could be that supplemental back to get those points, right? Also, Eckler had to work in the role a bit. Yeah. Yep. I can do that since you aren't able to draft over on underdog. We'll look through my team real quick. 3-6-9-2, Purdy, Michael Penix, Matthew Stafford. Running backs, Breece Hall, R.J. Harvey, David Montgomery, Austin Eckler, Will Shipley, Brashard Smith. I like it. I actually really like this room. Wide receivers are a little thin, but I think it's fine. Puka, Drake London, Jawan Jennings, Josh Downs, Trey Harris, Jalen Knoll, Tutu Atwell, MVS, and Deontay Johnson. I think it's fine. It's probably a little weak, but I think it's fine. And then Kittle and Loveland, that is really good. And then no cap and the 2-hole, 2-6-8-4. You got Burrow, 71, Win, and Tua, Chase Brown, Tony Pollard, Jordan Mason, ETN, Lorenzo Hunter. I'm not a fan of ETN, but like, it's hard to deny that he currently is probably the RB1 there, and you got him after ADP, and like, it fits very well in this room. Like, that's a very well built room. You had to go a little heavier because you had double bye week 10. So yeah, I really like that room. Jamar Chase at 2. I missed that. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith, Brandon Ayuk at 119. Again, it wasn't you last time, but it's the same pick as last draft. Luther Burden, Keenan Allen, Andre Yoshivas. Tight ends, Brent Strange, Mike Gesicki, Elijah Arroyo, and Darren Waller. No, I like this. I like it a lot. I think you're more balanced through your whole team than I am, honestly. Quarterback might be like, I don't know who is available at the end there. If there was any quarterbacks available at the end, I think that taking one of them, and there wasn't. Yeah, there was nothing there. Yeah, it's a very good team. Like, and all right, so we are at the Puppy 2 screen, and we will be entering a Puppy 2 in 10 seconds. And for those of you who are new, I just kind of say 10 and then just guess when 10 seconds is and then click the button. So, and I have to enter on my phone. So 3 more to start. What we got going on in this Dalmatian? Oh, yeah. So I'm using this as a hedge, by the way. Derrick Henry, Hampton, Brian Thomas. I would love to get the double there. Puppy 2. Look at that. We get the 101. I don't like how underdog switched the board all the way over here. We get the 101. Fancy Dogs in the 11. Steve is in the 10. I don't know if anybody else made it, but we have some people here. Another bad and useless AI change. Yep. Yeah, and so generally if you think you need a third quarterback, just take it in round 18. Like the player you get in round 18 is probably not going to matter versus the difference of having a third quarterback, right? So I would personally always just take the like if you think you need one, even if it's naked, just take one because that will help the floor of your quarterback points. So that's my suggestion there. Yeah, Henry 101 for the strat? No, I'm good. How about Jamar Chase and Henry fall to the 101 or to the 201? How about that for the strat? Yeah, if we were on the other end, I would have done the thing. I ended up doing the rest of the puppy 2 with slows, and I'm gonna probably this is my 41st. I'm probably just gonna do 50 of them ish. Like I'll probably stream them all day tomorrow, and then if they're available the next day, I'll do a bunch. But like I'm probably not gonna do a lot off stream. I need to do a lot of research tomorrow. Like I need to make sure my Coach Peak index is back up and running. Because I had the missed payment because my debit card. I went back to the Patreon, changed all that, but I don't know. I might have to get a hold of Greg and see what's going on with it. I don't know if it's instant or what, but yeah, I definitely want to have Coach Peak Index up during this part of the season. I prefer fast drafts, but too many contests all came out. Like I basically just most of the expensive ones, I went to slow. Like I slowed both Bulldog. I got lucky for the Bulldog, by the way. I was like, I'm gonna go to bed and I'm gonna wake up and I will hold on. There we go. Underdog back up top. But I was like, I'm gonna do them as slows, and yeah, I completely lost my train of thought. But yeah, the bold. Oh, yeah, I went to sleep. I woke up. I wake up at 3:45 in the morning to go to work on Saturdays and Saturday and Sunday mornings. I woke up. The first thing I did is I checked my phone. It was 98% full, and luckily slows were still available. So I got my second. I did one at night. I wanted to make sure to get two different groups of people, so I didn't just enter both of them slow. So I entered one right before I went to bed. Then I entered the second one at 98%. I might have been the last slow room. I don't know. So we are going to I really don't like taking the players here with him. Battle Royale forthcoming. Oh, yeah, they do have that available too. So we're going to do this. Actually, yeah, we're going to do Josh Allen. Not sure why. Just kind of mixing it up a little bit. I'm pretty sure I don't have any Jamar Chase with Josh Allen. I've done it once, so I'm fine with that. And I don't have very much Tyreek Hill, so I do need to kind of come back on that a little bit. Yeah, so like looking at all the DK stuff, I know people do. You get the 2-3 turn is pretty basic, right? The fact that McBride's still on the board is awesome, by the way. Like McBride, I love the McBride click. I know I have a lot of Jamar with McBride, so I try to not do it all the time. Underdog makes all these useless changes, and yet they refuse to give an updated badge system. Yeah. Like, what was the point of moving the draft board from here to here? Why? What? Why? And please answer me. Please answer me. I was commenting early. Yeah, man. Like I can't. Yeah, I do not like the way this is anymore. And one thing I have noticed is like with the black background, it looks sharper if you're looking at it on your screen, but like for streaming, it feels weird. Like it feels like it's all murky on the stream screen, right? But also, if you look at it, like if you draft all the time, like it definitely messes with my eyes if I look at it for a long time. Like for like more than like 3 hours on this screen, like it messes with my eyes a lot more than it used to on the old screen. So like I would like them to change the coloring back for sure. Absolutely nothing left, huh? Hmm. I definitely want him. Wait, Kenneth Walker went? Um, I think I'm just gonna pull up Alvin Kamara here. I don't love it in half point PPR, but I just want to have a little bit more of a unique team here. I don't think there's that big of a deal. Like I was actually going to do Kenneth Walker with Tet there, but Kenneth Walker went at 46. So, and I think I'm fine with Kenneth Walker at 46. Um, Steve starting with the 1-1-1-1 build. I don't mind the 1-1-1-1. I think it's fine. Fancy Dog, Amon Ra, Malik Neighbors, Mike Evans, and Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is such a good pick, like no matter what. So like I know that I may not like the running backs that come back to me at 72, 73. So I wanted to make sure to get one. There's a couple receivers I love at that pick. And like the one thing about taking Josh Allen here, like where did T Higgins go? T Higgins went there. Like if he doesn't take T Higgins there and he thinks he's going to push, like, well, number one, he's probably not going to do that because this guy took JSN at 22. So this red badge probably looks and says, well, this guy's doing whatever he wants. So if I want Chase or if I want Burrow, I'm taking him at 68. But I have no problem pulling Josh Allen or Lamar up and then also taking Burrow if he makes it there at 72. I don't know how the rest of you feel about that, but I personally have zero problem with it. I thought about like Devontae Adams was the one I was debating between 36 of 100 Adams. I think one of Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, maybe both, are going to be like one of the keys to this season. I think one of those two are the keys to the season at wide receiver. Chase Burrow teams also have Lamar Josh on them. Yeah, absolutely. I've done it with Jalen Hurts a couple times, like I think twice now. I have Jalen Hurts, Devonta Smith. I think those are all T. Higgins teams. I don't have Chase on those. I think they're all T. Higgins teams, but like it feels just as good, honestly. Yeah. And then you also create the extra roster spot because you're probably not taking a third quarterback on that. So you get to be deeper at a position that is probably more likely to be injured. So, like, if people – I think I'm pretty much just playing it to where if – like, I don't care about that game. Like, I think that I don't think that like I don't care. Like, if Jamar Chase goes nuts, right? Hold on a second. So number one. All right, so we want him. Do we also want him? So I think I just want Diggs, actually. I don't know why my overlay was being weird. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take Diggs here. So through 7, we got Josh Allen, Alvin Kamara, Isaiah Pacheco, wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Ted McMillan, and Steph Diggs. Yeah, so what I was getting at there is it's highly possible that a player or two you need is out of the Cincinnati-Arizona game, but it's not all of them, right? Like, even if it's a high-scoring affair, like, unless Trey McBride is tight end 1 by a lot, every year we have a – like, and I like elite tight end, but I also think that there will be a late tight end that scores 20-ish points in week 17 because there always is, right? So, I mean, that's a 2-touchdown, 40-yard game or whatever, right? So it could just be that, like, you build that out and you don't need the quarterback. All you need is, like, James Conner could be what you need with it. But I don't think, like, if Marvin Harrison could be, but I'm not in on Marvin Harrison. I don't think him and Kyler gel very well together. Now, if they start looking like they're gelling, I'm gonna start smashing Harrison, like, because I will get my bags back up. But, like, I've said it before, Kyler plays like street ball, like off script stuff, right? Like, he's out there playing off script, and Marvin Harrison wants to be very precise in route running and all this stuff. And he wasn't good at that last year. And Kyler wasn't good at the on time stuff. So if one of them moves in the other one's direction, things can be good. But that is asking, like, that may be asking a lot. You don't know. Who's elite tight end, not considered an elite right now? That could be elite by the end of the season. I mean, do you want a late round guy or just somebody I think is pretty underpriced? I mean, if you go by ADP, it could just be Mark Andrews, right? And Kraft's one of them. And I mean, my most exposed player is Mason Taylor. But Hawkinson is the answer. Like, if you want to tell me which one has a chance to be tight end one that isn't one of the top four, I mean, he is the fifth one drafted, but like, it could just be Hawkinson. Do we want to do this? We definitely want Keon. And I think yeah, I want Andrews. So I bring Andrews up all the time. I think so. Andrews is the player I think is the most mispriced at tight end on the board. I think he should be going closer to Hawkinson, like here, and absolutely before Kelsey. Now, Kraft feels so. The one that I think could be like it could just be the player that was drafted number 10 overall as well, who goes at 127 to 140, and Colston Loveland. That could just be that guy, right? Like Ben Johnson went out and got him. They wanted him. They had the option to also take Tyler Warren, right? They chose Colston Loveland, even knowing that he had this shoulder injury. Like that's not new news. They knew that information when they drafted him. And Ben Johnson absolutely Ben Johnson made Sam Laporta a monster in his rookie season. So there is that. A fan posted up a TikTok early in the last season about MHA and Kyler are a horrible match. I've seen some stuff on it. It wasn't necessarily a fan. I haven't seen it though, but no, they don't match up well. I actually looked into it a little more. There's actually a Sunday night game, and Chris Collinsworth, for as many stupid things as he says, and it's like even as a Chiefs fan, like shut up about Mahomes, please. Please stop talking about Mahomes, Chris. Just stop it. Please just stop it. We're all tired of it. Like we're all tired of it. Like even the KC fans. Please stop. But during one of the Cardinals games, he was talking about how after going through the film and stuff, like he thought that they weren't a good match because of that stuff. And so I looked into it myself a little bit, and I'm like, that absolutely makes sense. Like based on like if you watch like when the timings was off and stuff, it's because like Kyler's not great on timing. An impromptu hatred towards like a rip, not a hatred, but a rip on Chris Collinsworth. You're welcome. I forgot about Hawk. Don't forget. Yeah. I mean, so this is the one that I think is like I've drafted one guy twice tonight that I think is never talked about and could just end up being a top 10 tight end at the end of the year, but nobody wants to take him because this team used their first draft pick on a tight end. But the team has also came out and said, although you can't trust Sean McVay, that Terrence Ferguson is Higbee's future replacement. Now, that could mean that it's next week. He actually said like when Hawkinson or when Higbee's ready to retire, he's going to be there, right? I forget the exact quote, but that was the gist of it. All right, so I don't take any Najee, but I take a little bit of Najee. I definitely wanted Quinch on there. I think I just take a Najee share here. I'm very out at 105 where he was going earlier, I was really out. He apparently was. He's at least sitting in meetings. So, and yeah, I feel like he loves Higbee. And Higbee was awesome down the stretch and in the playoffs. He was short, he was short of spectacular, right? Like just barely short of spectacular. And if we believe that offense could, I believe that could be a top 5 offense this year. And I think Jarquez Hunter is like the piece they need to really be explosive. So, I mean, that's where my bet is. And he could. And I don't get very much of him in underdog, but I have a lot of Tyler Higbee. So those of you who do Eliminator, Higbee is one of my favorite picks in Eliminator. Worst case scenario, he's going to start the first 6 weeks, right? All you need to do is survive the first 6 weeks, and then you feel like, yes, you want to win the whole thing, but if he helps you survive the first 6 weeks, he's worth the pick. Any single week he allows you to survive, he's worth the pick. And if he has a really good week 2, he's probably somebody you want to have exposure to in Eliminator. Ferguson's not going to be right. Ferguson is a prospect, more of a raw prospect and Stafford has trust with Higbee as well. So whatever happened to him, Aaron Rodgers, man, I was all in on Tunyon's year 2, and that was bad. Let's hope he doesn't do what the former Razgod did and be injured every single week. And by the way, if you're new, please smash the sub for me. At 500 subs, I will do a 12-hour live stream. I'm sure I will figure out some fun things to do during that. Have all kinds of guests on. But yeah, and that needs to happen before the start of the season. I'm pretty sure I'll get there, but anything helps. I had 0 subscribers in March. We're up to over 250. I don't know the exact number right now. Actually, we will look. Hopefully, we've got a couple tonight. We've got 0 tonight. We are still at 260. That's all good. Shout out to Eddie Lacy. Not sure what he's up to. Last I know, I don't know. He was better than people thought too. For that one season, right? That one single season, I was actually pretty out on Eddie Lacy all around. Myself, I just like Jamarcus Russell. I was never ever in on Jamarcus or Jake Locker, but I was also anti. I've definitely been one of the players that I absolutely loved, and this was 18 years ago. I highly doubt very many of you will even remember this guy. Steve will probably remember this guy. But I was all in on a player named Montario Hardesty. And I'm sure that very few of you know who that is. But I was super into Hardesty, who was not good. He was actually, I don't even know if it was that he wasn't good. He was never healthy. He wasn't healthy. Hey, thank you. Yeah, Steve is a smart guy. Yeah, Browns drafted them. Yeah, he was coming off of 2 ACL tears or something, 2 major knee injuries in college. He never had a healthy season, all the way even through high school. And I was if he's healthy, He's the most mispriced player ever, and well, he was never healthy. So, like, it was a bad take. It's fine. It was one of many, many more to come. Yeah, I think he tore his ACL. I'm going to guess he tore his ACL probably as much as anybody has ever torn their ACL. Yeah, but Hardesty was I believe that was the same year as Noshawn Marino, who I absolutely nailed in my prospect profile for him. I said, Noshawn Marino will make anybody miss. Like, he will absolutely make you miss. And then he'll get caught 2 yards later by somebody else. Like, he had all the quickness in the world and zero speed. He was absolutely fun to watch. But, man, he was all jiggle and no speed. Like around the same time before locker or after. Charlie Whitehurst. Yeah. Dude, Julius Thomas, we had a league. It was just 5 of us, and we did it on paper. And I've talked about this league before, but it was 5 of us, and it was 225-man rosters, full IDP. Started 12 receivers, 8 running backs, 6 quarterbacks, 12 at all IDP positions. Julius Thomas was undrafted the year in the rookie/free agent draft that he was a rookie. Everyone but one person, and that was me. No, everyone, I think I got him. I think it was me, but basically everyone else forgot about him in the next year's draft. And I got him in round 15 after he had this 700-yard season from tight end. Because everyone else just missed him when looking up their stats. They just skipped over it. Oh yeah, somebody got him kind of thing. Don't need him, but we got him. I don't really want any of these players. I'll take a Jonnu Smith share. I haven't taken Jonnu for a while. This feels like a Jonnu team. It's not. Yeah, we're going to do Jonnu here. We have. Yeah, we're done at wide receiver there. Probably one more tight end and 2 more running backs. So we will do that. Is this the 10th year anniversary of Eddie Lacy? I have donuts. And you forgot about me, Fancy Dog. I love Thielen, 50%. He left you Leggett, man. You can't even be mad. He left you Leggett. Yeah, we're all on Bryce Young. I mean, Bryce Young is fine naked. He ran enough. Yeah, I was in on Jonnu in Miami at pick 95 or whatever. Jake Locker threw the ball about it barely more accurately than Anthony Richardson, right? Talk about inaccurate. Not only was he inaccurate, he also couldn't move. But he got drafted. Was he Washington? Was Jake Locker Washington? I can't remember. I think he was Washington. I think Jonnu at 160 is worth a click and a chance. Do you expect it? No. But is it Is it possible? Absolutely. Very nice. Hey, I'm actually about to end this stream. Let me so after my picks, I'm gonna actually head over there. I will link. I'm gonna link his stream in, and whenever I'm done, and then anybody who wants can head on over there and support Dirty P and JT. But yeah, we got 3 rounds left, and then I will be heading over there as well. I'm doing a BBM also, and got Thielen 6. Thielen's falling like a lot, and I'm having a hard time not just taking him over and over again. So I'm glad you two were in this draft, so I can try to stay around 20% and not get to 25%. Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't at all. All right, so definitely, I mean, if he's going to make it all the way back, we will take this share. And yeah, we take Giddens. We have Kamara, Pacheco, and Najee to get through for the Quinchon. We'll take Giddens there, and we will queue up some rookies. Ollie Gordon's probably who I'm going to take. Maybe Ty Johnson. Actually, Ty Johnson seems fun. Like the Ty Johnson, Josh Allen stack. That actually feels fun. Depending on if Daniel Jones happens to be there, I'll take the quarterback in the last round. Like, I'm fine with it. Hey, thanks for the support, Fantasy Dog. We appreciate you. Absolutely. I can't tell JT Bestball. I missed the thumbnail. I think they just both use the same script, or they both use it. I think JT uses Adobe, like the free version. If you check it out. Oh, okay. Let me just bring up a third YouTube page. Oh, yeah. I don't think he's making fun of him. But I could be wrong. He actually watches. He watches Chess Liam. He likes Chess Liam. So I highly doubt that's it. So we are one pick away from being done. I'll go through the team real quick. So that way I can get out of here as soon as this is over and give you guys the link. We got a 2-5-7-3. It's going to be a 2-6-7-3, all assuredly. Josh Allen and Tua, running backs. Kamara, Pacheco, Judkins, Najee, DJ Giddens. Judkins at 121, I believe. Wide receivers, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Tet McMillan, Stephon Diggs, Keon Coleman, QJ, Demario Douglas, tight end, Andrews, Jonnu, and Waller. We don't have any bring back or anything for Allen. I'm not really that worried about it. I think Ty Johnson is going to be my last pick. So I don't see anything else happening. But for anybody who is still here, at least go there and give JT a sub. Watch him. Go root on Dirty P. They will appreciate it. If you want to leave right now, right before the end of my stream, go ahead. Like, I'm going to end this as soon as I make my pick. I just went over my team, so we're basically done. I appreciate everybody for coming out. I will be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central. I hope to see some of you there. Maybe Maybe tomorrow I'll get a new sub. Maybe not. Who knows? But that's what we're going for. So we will end the stream as soon as we take either Ty Johnson, Ollie Gordon, or Trevor Etienne, unless these three are watching and spoil all of my plans. Hey, I'm here for the community. We got Ty Johnson. All right, everybody. Peace. Have a great night.